Oh, there it goes. Okay. That was weird. For some reason, my mic settings on my stream were not picking up my mic. I had to go in and manually set it, which is weird and not something I normally need to do, but it's here now. We're good. Back to myself up a little bit. Okay. Let me get set up. Beautiful. Great. Hi, Devil Kitty. Hi, Following. How are you guys? I am so sorry about bailing yesterday. I just didn't think I could handle a whole stream of reading for 2 to 3 hours, but today we can do it. So thank you for being patient, and I think we're ready to do this. In case you don't follow me on Twitter, just like a life update, I started a new job this week. It is very exciting and cool, but it does mean that streams are going to be starting at 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. from now on instead of 5:30 Pacific time, just because of my work schedule and what time I get off. In order for me to be able to like reset and get set up for stream and stuff, I am gonna have to push back stream start times just by an hour, so I hope that's not too big of a bummer. Hopefully it's gonna work out, but what I am thinking about doing is, I probably should say all this at the end, and I will anyways. Oh, you had a D&D session yesterday, so you wouldn't be able to be here. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad this worked out for you, then. I have a D&D session tomorrow. We'll probably get into what's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm pretty excited about it. A spider is crawling around your room. That sounds horrible. Good luck. I'm sending you good vibes. Anyways, what I was gonna say is, I'm thinking about moving the streams that I previously had alternating on like Friday nights and Saturdays to Saturdays permanently, so that I can have a little bit of an earlier stream, like maybe start it around 2 p.m. my time, so that'd be like 5 Eastern time. So that way it's not super late, because I know this, if we, you know, go for like 2 to 3 hours to on normal streams, this could get pretty late for people on the East Coast. But that's a problem for later. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna think about it. We're gonna see how it goes. So here we go. I think we are on chapter 6. So we're gonna get through 6, 7, 8 today, hopefully. And okay, what do we remember of the plot? He's a doctor. I remember that clearly because I put it in the description. We found out he's a doctor, and he's like really good at healing people, and he's like a very selfless, cool person, and he's a good guy, but he's also such a flirt. Oh my god, what are we gonna do with him, right? And that he is getting his memory back via like a journal, but it doesn't have his name in it, and he thinks maybe by finding out his name he'll break his curse. I think that's right, something like that. And there was a witch doctor, who were thinking, well, I mean, I don't know if anyone else has said this yet, but I'm thinking that's who may have cursed him, because he, like, made a deal with a witch in order to save somebody, I think. And then maybe he was cursed for some reason. I don't know, we're still figuring that part out. That part's weird. Also, tell me if it's loud enough, if I'm too loud, etc., whenever you get a chance. I already read it. Here, he says this every time we go outside of the frickin' inn. My sweet princess, here to accompany me, blah blah blah. Oh, he's sad about he's mad that I'm sassing him. This is going well already. Oh, and we got a good deed, because we used our money to pay for the medicine for the guy. Which was a very selfless act, so I got a piece of my slipper, I think. Sounds like I'm getting easier to read, too. No, you've just said it enough times that I memorized it. That means you must... I'm already struggling. That means you must pay attention to my words. That in itself is a compliment, princess. It is not. We're on our way to the usual store to restock our medications when a small figure leaves out through the front door. Oh, hot. Whoa. Hold on. There's a lady with eyes here. That must mean that she's important, because most NPCs don't have eyes. So everyone remember her. She's probably gonna matter. She stares at us with a lost look on her face. Is this his girlfriend? She has a face! Rumple reacts immediately, making his way over to her with a broad smile. He's gonna go flirt right in front of me. Madame, really? Madam, I can't help but notice the pained expression upon your beautiful face. That is way too front-facing. Is there anything I could do to... Oh, God. Assuage, I think is how you pronounce that. It's not assuage. Your worries? That was just a hard line to read for me, damn. Foreseeing your lovely face shadowed by such sadness stabs me right in the heart. Stop saying hard lines for me to read. The woman stares at Rumple, dumbfounded. His smile wavers and he takes a step back, suddenly looking alarmed. Oh, I'm sorry. It's you! Oh, she looks happy about that though, so maybe I should... It's you! Huh? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. This is awkward, madam, but I'm afraid I don't know you. What? Or do I? Do I know you? Aw, man, is she gonna be the ex-girlfriend and we're gonna have, like, a competition? I take a step forward and look at the woman flatly. I am not impressed. He has been cursed. He has amnesia. Amnesia? The woman stares at Rumple, scrutinizing him. You do seem... different. Changed from before, in any case. Oh. Uh-oh, is he gonna get... Also, he had, like, a weird flashback thing in the last episode also. I'm feeling like that might happen again. I wish I could see her hand, because he did say I was his wife before, so I'm wondering if he did have a wife, and this is his wife. So you knew me before. How terrible it is of me to forget such a lovely face. Perhaps you could help me remember. The usual flirty suggestion is in his voice, but the woman seems unaffected. I can help you remember. Or is she gonna be evil? She doesn't have a diamond, so I don't think she's a witch. You can? It's no wonder I can't remember your name. You have the fairy tale curse, don't you? Who is this woman? I don't like her. You truly don't remember me? I'm sorry. The woman looks conflicted, but the expression is gone as fast as it appears. I'm Bria. Your fiancé! I knew it! Oh my god, we have competition. What? The shock is apparent on my face, but nowhere near as impressive as the astonishment on Rumple's face. And honestly, the shock on mine, because the fact that he has a frickin' fiancé is a lot. My fiancé? She has to be lying. How can Rumple possibly have a fiancé with the way that he is? He is barely able to dedicate himself to a single woman for an hour. Bria takes a step forward and takes Rumple's hands in her own. You don't remember holding my hands like this when you took me to the forest and proposed to me? Wow, this is like insult to injury at this point. Rumple opens his mouth, but no words escape. He reminds me of a lost dog all of a sudden with his eyes so wide. It's lame. Bria runs her fingers over his hands. I loved you, you loved me, and I still love you very much. How come it took you this long to find him? Shouldn't you have been looking for him, I don't know, harder? I don't remember this. How can I help you remember? Rumple's voice is faint, but still he tries to smile. The circumstances of the curse tell me that I need to remember through memories and, a journal somehow? A journal? I have your old journals. I can show you the very first love letter you wrote me. Well, it's a big town, I think. I don't know. I guess maybe it's kind of big, but... Bria starts walking, her hands still clasped in Rumple's. I stare after them for a few moments, trying to piece together what's happening in my head. He's being kidnapped. I chase after them. Excuse me. We had chores. Wow, I just went with them. Bria enters the house, one that Rumple stares at in awe. When she comes back out, she's holding a journal. She hands it to Rumple, then opens up to the first page. This is a little embarrassing, but there it is. You compiled your letters into a journal. Rumple slowly reads over the words, and I notice the strange glazed look come back into his eyes as his expression grows more somber. This is like the last time when he remembered he was a doctor. Bria turns to me as Rumple's reading, and her eyebrows arch. And who are you? His partner? Partner? We are helping each other with our curses. Bitch. Oh, you're cursed too? You poor thing. Wow, she looks real mean all of a sudden. Look at her. Bria's voice is flat. She's glaring at me beneath her smile. I have done nothing to merit this distrust from her. And I cannot bring myself to trust her either. Bria. Rumple looks up from the journal and stares at her. Yes, sweet. Rumple's melancholy expression throws me off. Last time, he was so excited when he realized he was a doctor, but now his expression is heartbreaking. That's fair. I remember, I did propose to you. What? In the forest, when it was dark, you set up little lights around the clearing. We spoke for a while, and then when you got down on your knee, you dropped the ring. It had fallen in the roots of some tree. We only noticed it when a bird came down to pluck it out of the bramble. I had no idea what you were looking for, but I still chased after the bird. And you got the ring back, and you knew. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. Bria holds out her hand, and I notice a beautiful red-green gem ring on her finger. Her ring finger, specifically. Oh, that's an interesting choice. Oh, it's like the same color as her hair and her eyes. Oh, that's romantic, I guess. I don't know. It was still charming, though. I laughed for so long because it felt so memorable. So you didn't remember it, asshole. Plucking your engagement ring out of a bird's beak. You're right. Ah, twice. Oh, look, I turned it down, but I turned it down way too far. Oh, it's so quiet now. Whoops. Guys, but aren't you proud of me for— I did test it! I swear I did test it. You know what? Hang on, I'm fixing it right now. Make me sad. How do I fix it from here? Can I fix it from here? Don't sass me. Don't be mean. No! I did not test it with max volume. It was quiet. Hang on, I'm literally fixing it right now. I'm doing it right now. I'm turning it up to like that long. Now it's always quiet. Oh wait, I didn't update it. I'm an idiot. No, we're stopping the stream and doing this. Hang on, I gotta wait for it to go away. Okay. Hang on. One more try. One more try. This is fine. Okay, my parents both just texted me about something completely unrelated. Okay, there. That's fine, right? That's a decent volume. Perfect. Thank you. To be fair, that was really close to what it was actually said. Like the first, when it was too loud, I mean. Okay, wait, let me make sure I saved that. Just really fast. Save. Okay, we're good. Now I'm done. I'm done messing with it. Okay. Rumple smiles a little uncertainly. In that moment, I feel him turn away from me. He does not even realize I'm there, standing with Bria. Who is Glasses Man? Glasses Man is our love interest, Twy. Keep the fuck up. Although we just found out that he has a fiance. This bitch. He's pretty yummy. Twy, you know what? You actually might like him. He might be your type. I don't actually know. Do you like the flirts? For some reason I thought you did, but maybe I'm wrong. Why am I feeling so uncomfortable? Twy, I don't know. That's what I just said. I don't know if he's your type. I don't know what your type is. I'm feeling so uncomfortable because they're clearly in a relationship. Because I'll be real, I don't even know. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you'll figure it out. You said you were helping Rumple with this curse, yes? She turns to me. There's no worry. I can help him now. That's what couples do. Is that what couples do? You're not cursed. You don't even know. I have to force the pity out of my heart. I have to force myself to think rationally. Something still seems off about this. But Rumple remembers. Which means this is the truth, isn't it? Ah, jeez. I'm sure he's gonna want me to say I'm still his partner, right? Okay, I'm gonna save... How many wrong ones do we need to get the bad ending again? Which one do I need to save to make this... to get the bad ending? I ask this every time and I say I'm gonna remember and then I don't. I'm hoping Devil Kitty knows, cause... I don't remember. And Devil Kitty's my go-to. Starting from chapter 6. Okay, this is chapter 6. Great. So if I save here, this is my save. So I want to save over this one. This is my bad save. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because we're just gonna go through it again. Okay. Well, I feel like I should say I'm still his partner, right? Because I feel like I shouldn't give up on this. Alright, I'm doing it. I still feel something's wrong. I do not trust this woman. This is where the route diverges. No, this is where if I leave, like, it's like, well, guess your love story's over. You know, bad ending. Like, immediately. Do you know anything about him, dear? Don't call me that. It's weird. Have you helped him regain any of his memories? Never trust someone with a face. She was with me when I regained my memories. Diana's a very valuable good luck charm. I don't know what expression this is. Oh, I knew it. See, I knew that one. Rumple flashes a small smile at me before turning to Bria. Her eyes seem a lot colder now. Okay, well now she has reason to be mad at me. Tell me, what do you go by now? Until we figure out your name, I need something to call you. Rumple. Bria's cold gaze falls on me, and I can sense something in them that surprises me. Jealousy? Why would she be jealous of me? It's just your time to know at the very start. You just don't go into the story. Yeah, it is. Rumple, would you maybe want to come back home with me? Oh. We all know what they're gonna do. What? I know you must be overwhelmed, but our home might be able to help you remember some things. I'm sorry. I actually have a patient somewhere else that I need to tend to. Bria's eyes flash briefly. Her frown is there for a few seconds before she smiles again. You always were good with your patients. I'm sorry. It's okay. I understand that you're overwhelmed. But remember, now I'm here for you too. I want to mend things to make them go back to what they were before. How about you look over that journal and then we meet again tomorrow? We can take this one step at a time. I'd like that. We can get to know each other again, and in time, I'm sure you'll remember what we used to have. I loved you. Past tense, everyone. Past tense. And I did, too. I still do. A slight shiver runs down my spine as I stare at the two of them. There's that uncomfortable feeling once again. It's love. Ew. Gross. Bria and Rumple agree on a spot to meet tomorrow, and then she leans up to kiss Rumple on the cheek. He needs a chaperone. We're not gonna let him go by himself. He puts a hand on his cheek as she walks off with a gentle smile on her face. Are you okay? He looks at me, and for a few moments I feel that his gaze lingers longer than it normally does on my own eyes. Then he smiles and laughs. Of course I am, Princess. I just remembered something about my own past. I'm guessing that the second entry has appeared in my journal by now. I can't wait to get back to the march and to read it. Bria has the rest of my journals, so I might truly be able to remember everything if I talk to her. Including your love for her? Damn! That was savage. He sighs out before he proclaims that we should finish our errands. I follow him around the town, though the scenery lacks its usual vibrancy. Rumple doesn't speak to anyone, not even the girls, while we walk. Wow, that's how you know he's upset. He keeps his eyes focused on the ground, and when he speaks to the shop owners, his cheer is lukewarm at best. I tried to start a conversation with him many times, but he shies away from talking. I feel like there's something he's not telling me. Well, he did remember something, right? So maybe there's something else here? When we arrived at the march, and Rumple quickly excuses himself, not even sharing his epiphany about his past with anyone. What has him so bent out of shape? He just regained another memory. I'm assuming he's going to go read about it now. It's not like him to hide things. I hope Rumple's okay. You think he'll tell me? Oh, hello. You know, this picture of him is very nice. It's been about a week since Rumple regained his last memory. He's been meeting with Bria since then. Have I been chaperoning them? Because, like, I don't want them to be by themselves, just saying. But he still hasn't told me about the memory from the journal. He does not flirt with any girls, and when he sees me, his smile looks broken. He spends his days visiting Bria and tending to Parfait. You're worried about Rumple, aren't you? Why would I be worried about him? Ew, gross. Because Rumple's no longer able to run errands with me, Waltz decided to take his place. But Waltz's presence cannot make up for Rumple's absence, because after all, in this timeline, I don't like this small child. I probably shouldn't call him small child, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna date him eventually, and I don't want to preemptively make it weird. He'll be fine, Princess. He's still figuring things out. I do not trust that woman. His fiancée? She appeared out of nowhere. People who aren't cursed can't find the tavern, Princess. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why she couldn't find him. She would never have been able to find him. Then how did she find him? Wait a minute. So really, the only place she could have met him was out here in nowhere. I can tell he's teasing me, but it does little to lift my spirits. I know. Walt sighs. What did she think happened to him? like before this. I'm just wondering, you know? If you don't trust her, why not just ask around for her? She obviously does not want to talk to me. No, I mean, ask others about her. As long as you find a way to phrase your intentions honestly, I think they might understand you. Rumple says my honesty is good, but I also know that the way I speak frustrates many people. Screenshot that. Come on, I'll help. Waltz approaches a flower shop where several people are gathered to look at the fresh flowers. Excuse me, madam, sir, I was wondering if you knew anything about someone named Bria. We hear that she's engaged to a friend of ours, but he hasn't said much about— Oh, sorry, that was him. I thought this was another person talking, but he hasn't said much about her. I don't like to talk about that. Everyone calls me blunt, but I would never question others so openly. Does Waltz really expect the people to be so open to him? Oh, if it isn't Waltz, doing a little investigative work, are you? Just looking to find out more about someone important to a friend. Not gonna put this into one of your shows, are you? Everyone likes him. He's like a cool dude. Waltz raises an eyebrow and laughs. Of course not. Everyone just trusts Waltz. I suppose he must speak to people often, being a performer. They would probably never suspect Waltz to do anything morally questionable. And yet, with me, they were suspicious of everything I did, which was just rude, honestly. I guess it is a good thing Waltz is here. I stifle a sigh as the so-called investigation begins. Investigation start. But Bria, I was under the impression that her fiancé wasn't seeing her anymore. Bria? Oh, poor Bria. I heard that the poor dear made a mistake and that her fiancé threw her out for it. Is she engaged to someone new now? I'm not surprised, given the affair that she had on her first fiancé. What? Wow, that was really fast. I thought we were gonna have to wait like a couple chapters before we found out the dirt, but we found out the dirt in about 10 minutes. Excuse me, what did you just say? Oh, you aren't aware? I'm terribly sorry. Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything. You said she cheated on her first fiancé. She was engaged to some man, a doctor, I believe. He was a good man who always smiled, helped everyone, including the poor. Waltz is a bard through and through. That is definitely true. I don't see how she'd have the gall to do it, but the rumors state that she was seeing another man. I think I saw them out together sometimes. He was a rich businessman. Yeah, old lady gossip. She does not look old. She just doesn't have a face. Don't be mean. Who is he? I believe he was one of the doctor's patients. Did anyone see this for sure, ma'am? Not saying I don't trust you, but you know. Oh, lots of people did. And that's why the poor man stopped seeing her, bless his heart. He looked heartbroken. Oh my god. But then, the two of them were engaged, so she should have been more committed to him. When Bria first approached Rumple, she had no idea he had amnesia. She started apologizing to him. Was it for the affair, or am I just speculating? We thanked the woman for her help before continuing to ask around town for more information. The more we hear, the more certain we become. She cheated on him. Princess, I know what you're thinking, but it would be incredibly rash to tell Rumple about this. But she's lying to him. I can still remember the sadness in his eyes. Maybe somewhere deep down he still knows. Did his journal entry not say anything? You can try talking to him, Princess, but without any evidence, we're just going off rumors. If we were wrong, I think that would hurt the situation a lot more. I'm forced to acknowledge Waltz's reasoning. As much as I want to tell Rumple right now, I do not even know where he is. We finish our errands for the day and then return to the Marchand, where I complete my chores around the tavern before retiring to bed. Is he just like off the hook for chores now? Later that night, after turning in for hours without any successive sleep, I make my way downstairs for a glass of milk. I stop abruptly at the sound of hushed voices. Parfait and Rumple are sitting together at a table, their voices soft. It means a lot to me that you're still taking care of me, even with everything that you have on your plate. When things are uncertain as they are right now, the little things that remain the same are actually comforting. What, no compliments tonight? Oh, he's sad. He clears his throat. Lady Parfait, I always find comfort in your presence. Your heart's not in it, is it? Please don't stress yourself out trying to take care of me. I've seen the orders of the medicines and the dosages. I can take care of myself, Rumple. I owe you and Lady Delora for letting me stay here. Even now you could have kicked me out, yet I'm still here. This isn't the confident Rumple that I'm used to seeing. It's rather heartbreaking to see you like this, you know. Parfait's eyes drift back past Rumple and she sees me before I can dart away. I think you're worrying your partner, too. Rumple turns in his seat and stares at me. Hey. Princess? I slowly make my way towards them. This is awkward. I'm sorry, Princess. I haven't been trying to help you at all. Turn up the music a little bit. Oh, well, there it is. There it is. Never mind. Now it's loud. Okay. It is fine. Parfait's right, though. It's not like you to be so pitiful. Your words are still sharp as ever. I glance at Parfait curiously. The light of the tavern lights her face up dimly, making it look more ghostly than usual. She looks sicklier. Do you think I look like a ghost, Princess? Yes. By the time night comes around, I am utterly exhausted. You said you were like this because of the Tenebrarum Lucius you have to take care of. That's correct. I used to be able to watch over it more easily, but now with the balance between both crystals lost in the kingdom, it's getting harder. This responsibility is a big burden. It is a heavy toll on my body. But that doesn't diminish any of my pride. I am proud to bear this responsibility. Someone needs to do it, and I'm very glad I can help so many people through bearing this burden. What would happen if you just let the responsibility go, like theoretically? There would be even more chaos than there is now. And what of the Tenebrarum bearer? Would they not help you with your stress? There is no Tenebrarum bearer currently. What? Parfait stares at me for a few moments, a complicated expression on her face. Then suddenly she sighs. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we've been told yet, no? Please do not worry about me, Princess. I've lived a good life. I just want to do more good while I still live. And I'm very lucky to be surrounded by so many good people. Hi, Mac. How are you? Anyway, the two of you should be off to bed soon. I can tell you're both tired. Mac, you missed it. We met the fiancé. Oh my god. Parfait pauses to look at me, eyebrows still slightly arched. Everyone's arching their eyebrows at me today. Oh, but before you go, there was something I meant to ask you. Ask me? Parfait crosses her arms and looks at me tersely for a few moments. The look is so unlike her that it almost concerns me. She looks uncertain of something, though I cannot imagine what it is. What could she want to discuss with me? I wanted to ask if you were free the day after tomorrow. I am free whenever my schedule says that I am. Ugh, big mood. This is me. Then if you could spare 20 or so minutes, I want to speak with you about something. Very important. Important? I suppose you could say it's related to your curse. Fine, whatever. Parfait smiles at us before walking back to her room, leaving me alone with Rumple. Rumple smiles at me uncertainly. For a few moments I think he might actually talk to me, but then he rushes off after giving me an apology. I watch him walk up the stairs, my heart sinking. He won't talk to me anymore. I need to know what's going on with him. Today is my day off. I keep on the lookout for Rumple. Eventually I see him making his way down the staircase. He does not look quite as disheartened as last night, but his expression is still rather somber. He says good morning to everyone, as he usually does, then walks out through the front door. And that is my cue. Following behind Rumple without being seen proves to be remarkably easy. Even if he is perceptive, he won't be expecting me to follow after him when I normally work during these hours. Unless he knows when my days off are, in which case, I'm screwed. He makes his way through the town until he comes to a stop at a little cafe in the main plaza. It's cleverly hidden, just slightly out of view, not at all in plain view like the rest of the shops. Stalking! I'm not stalking him because I love him. I'm stalking him because I think this bitch is pulling his leg or something. I don't know. I don't know what she's trying to do, honestly, besides get back with him, which is, like, questionable. Bria is sitting, waiting for him at a table with a journal. The way she smiles at him numbs my heart. I make my way over to the nearby fountain and crouch beside it to keep out of their view. No, Mac, that's not a good lesson. If you love someone, you don't stalk them. We are not furthering that here. I can hear their conversation, just barely, from where I sit. You know, I've been searching for you a long time when I saw you. You suddenly disappeared from the house one night and I couldn't find you. Why did I leave the house? I don't know. Is it a fight? No, not a fight. We barely ever fought. We made a promise when you gave me this ring. We promised we would never make each other sad. I close my eyes and breathe. Bria's words drive a bitterness through my heart after everything I heard. It is possible those rumors were baseless, but isn't it also possible that they were the truth? And Rumple mentioned a fight. Now is my chance to tell him. No, absolutely not. No. We don't do this now. Not here, not in public. Also, we still don't have evidence, so by our previous logic, we shouldn't be talking. I just want everyone to understand my logic going into this choice because I'm pretty freaking confident. If it's the other one, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. I am not gonna lie. But if somehow everything that we heard was one big lie, would I hurt Rumple? I also have my pride. I cannot just accuse someone. Yeah, but when has Phoenix ever had evidence? I mean, yes, that's true. Even if I feel that Bria is guilty of something. I step away from the fountain, meaning to head back the way that I came. Even if the situation sounds wrong, I feel that Rumple would hate me getting involved. I'm surprised then when he calls my name. Okay, good. I was gonna be real pissed if I had to, like, you know, get all up in there and be like, you bitch, you were cheating. Make a run for it. I would. Princess? What are you doing here? Oh god, no. He saw me? Did he know I was behind the fountain? No, he saw you because you stood up, you dumb idiot. Spying, are we? I made my way over to the table to where Rumple's looking at me with worry, and Bria is openly scowling at me. Hey, how's it going? I was just walking by. I was hiding behind the fountain because I dropped something. Is there something wrong, Miss Partner? Not with me, but perhaps with you. Oh, damn, I went there. Excuse me? You seem to have quite the— wow, we're doing it anyway, aren't we? I said I didn't want to do it. And we're doing it anyway. You seem to have quite the reputation as a whore. Princess? I have no idea what you're talking about, but taking people's words at face value is foolish. Mother would have said the same thing, but why would they lie? So it's not true that you were seeing another man? Damn, what part about we shouldn't talk about this until we have evidence was not understood? I thought my choice made it pretty clearly understood that that was what I wanted to do, and now we're just doing it. Haha. How dare you? Bria stands up and glares at me. I frown back at her. Her anger does not faze me, and then I slap her. She seems like a petulant child. Ha! I can't stand jealous girls. They are the bane of my existence. And you're what, 18? I'm 25. It said reconsider. After reconsidering, we arrived at the same answer. 17, but what does that even matter? Either way, there'd just be about a 6-year age gap between you two. Okay, thanks for making it weird. Appreciate it. Ruffle's not okay with a 6-year age gap. Also, maybe he didn't know I was underage. Did we decide what the age of consent is in ONGL? Because I don't know if it's 17. 24? Gods, am I really so ancient? Rumple! 24 is not that old! I'm 25, please don't say that. The two of us look at him in unison and then back at each other. 24 is not old, thank you. I am here because I want to help my partner and because you are lying to him. I think. I don't actually know. And who are you to say that I'm lying? You're a terrible little spy is what you are. Hiding in places to watch us, going around town asking about me. Wow, who told you that I was going around town asking about you? I'm telling you now that Rumple doesn't need you. Especially if you're the one spewing lies. Those words have no weight coming from a hypocrite. Oh, damn. Wait, ladies. Ladies, please. Rumple looks between the two of us, eyebrows furrowed. Then he shakes his head. Bria, I knew. It was in my journal. What? Rumble faces Bria, his expression crumpled. Wow, is this really gonna be like one arc of this story and it's gonna be entirely wrapped up by the end of this chapter? Like she's just gonna disappear and we're never gonna see her again? It was that lord, wasn't it? The one I refused to take money from that one time I helped him? He told me himself. I think that's why this feeling inside of me is so mute right now. Why I was always having second thoughts about your stories. Bria, why didn't you ever tell me you were seeing him? I asked you that question back then too, but you never told me. And so I was waiting for you to bring it up again. I was waiting for you to explain. I was waiting for... Or she'll come back and be the main villain. Probably. I kind of want that to be, like, you know, the rest of them have had, like, a cool story about, like, the throne attempting, like, to be taken over and stuff, and this one's just gonna be like her. Be like, I'm gonna kill you. I hope that happens. As if I could ever get anything through that thick skull of yours. Even I cannot stop myself from staring at her when she insults Rumple. But with this, she's admitted that the rumors are true. Even if I explained myself, all you would ever say is that you were sorry, but nothing ever changed. What did I do that was so wrong? Look at you. Even now you can't bring yourself to be angry at me. Wait, isn't that just the plot of Catherine? Yeah, probably. You knew the truth, and instead of demanding to know why I did what I did, you kept asking what you did wrong. But you'll never realize what you did wrong, Rumple. Never. Some things never change. Bria scowls as she makes her way around the table. Rumple tries to call her back, but Bria only frowns as she walks off. Rumple lets out a long sigh. Yeah, get out of here. Who needs her? Not us. And there go all of my journals, too. Right, you said that Bria had all of his old journals. I should have stolen them first. I'm sorry. Huh? I only made things worse. I mean, yeah, but I guess not, but, you know. I'm still not entirely sure what they were talking about, but... Princess, you don't have to apologize for anything. Though... Oh, he's sad. I would like you to apologize for shedding some light on my age. Dude, get over yourself. What? Am I really truly that old? Bro, you're gonna... Suddenly he looks disgruntled, but the look of distraught on his face is almost comical. I cannot help it when I smile and then I start to laugh because he's a dumb bitch. Do my ears deceive me? Is that wonderful sound coming from your mouth, princess? How precious. Slap him. Slap him. It's just... You are an old man. Oh, great. Okay, well, she's 17. I expect that from her. Like, all teenagers think anything over 21 is, like, death. But... if I'm an old man, then I'm young at heart. Besides, I'd be a lot more offended if you weren't smiling when you said that. After a few moments, Rumple sighs and shakes his head. Is the average lifespan just that short? Yeah, I know. Maybe they die at 30. This is the ancient times, right? Maybe they just, like, die at, like, 28. So then he would be an old man. I'm sorry you had to see all that. I knew there was more to the story than Bria was letting on because I read the memory in my journal. You knew about the nobleman? Why did you not say anything? Like I said, I was waiting for her to say something. I wanted her to open up about it, honestly. We've seen old people. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe they're 30. You don't know. We never asked them how old they were. Bria's undoubtedly bold, but I doubt she's at all honest. The journal entry, I never read it to you. You have been distant this last week. Just saying, rude. I have been, and I'm sorry for that. But allow me to enlighten you. Okay, actually, this is kind of funny. I just had a conversation with my sisters today, because I'm the oldest of, I have 3 younger sisters, and I was sitting at a Starbucks today, because I had to be out of the house, and I was doing work, and it's kind of near where I went to high school, and so I was sitting there at Starbucks, drinking coffee and doing work, and in walk these 3 girls that are wearing my high school uniform, and I swear to God, I felt so old in that moment, and I texted Michael, and he reminded me of all the things that have happened since, like, how old they are. in that I'm like fully 10 years older than them probably, and I'm like, God, I'm so old. So maybe I shouldn't be giving this a hard time because this literally happened today. But allow me to enlighten you. Rumple gestures to the chair that Bria had been sitting in, and I take a seat opposite to him. Now he's in much better company because it's me. First, the nobleman was one of my patients. He had a grievous sickness, one that no one else had been able to cure. I cannot help but remember the little boy with the impossible sickness. It seemed he was drawn to Rumple too. Rumple was not able to help that boy on his own either. Some woman offered her assistance. Did you manage to cure him with the help of that same woman? It's another cryptic entry, but yes, the mysterious woman from the first entry reappears. We strike another deal, but I cannot remember the deal at all. All I know is that afterwards I did something to make Bria hate me, and she began seeing the nobleman. Or maybe it was before that. Maybe she was just unhappy. She won't explain why. She still cheated on you. That's her fault, not yours. Rumple nods absently. I can tell he's not convinced. In any case, even though I can't remember the entirety of what happened, every time I thought of Bria, I thought of our love in the past tense. Rumple frowns, but it's fleeting. Suddenly he's smiling again. Let's head back for now, Princess. I'll figure out how to reach Bria later. I follow Rumple back to the Marchen. Though he seems fine for a time, Rumple's somberness returns as we head back. He looks like he's trapped in his thoughts. He needs the rest of his journals, but how's he going to get a hold of them now? And then we never heard from her again. Oh, Princess, you're here. Sorry we're late. My, the Princess is gracing us with her presence. Parfait says a few days ago that she had something to discuss with me, so I'm here. Then let's get right to it, shall we? She plops down on one of the chairs and Parfait sits down gracefully beside her. Princess, the other day you asked me about my responsibility and, briefly, about the Tenebrarum bearer. I did, but what does this have to do with me? It has everything to do with you, because when it comes to that second inquiry, the answer is right here. Delora points at me. I stare at her, not comprehending. Princess. Oh, it's alright, Mac. We all get that. I've definitely been called an old lady before. Princess, the bearer to the Crystallum Tenebrarum is you. What? I'm not able to even feel shock, just confusion. But how do I have anything to do with these crystals? Sorry, I keep switching positions. I need to get a new chair, like, so badly. Because I've been sitting in this so much for work that my back is just shot. This chair sucks. See, I told you she'd be confused. It's because we started backwards. I'm so sorry, Princess. I do not understand. You remember the story about the crystals, Princess? For a time, the crystals were in complete balance. Even the witches who drew on negative energy were respected. Then one day, Hans wrote the fairy tales. Witches were suddenly painted as villains. Humans attacked the witches, trying to drive them out. Their leader, who just so happened to be my best friend, was hard-pressed to try to keep the peace. She was the original bearer of the crystal. But as witches were killed and thrown out, she found her patience wearing thin. She killed a human, the ultimate taboo, and there was nothing we could do but try to stop her. The bearer, the leader of the witches, and the bearer of the Crystallum Tenebrarum is someone that you know, or someone you knew. She erased all your memories, made you think the fairy tales were evil, that humans were terrible. I feel something dark stirring inside me. A sharp pain cuts through my heart, making it hard to breathe. The previous bearer of the crystal was your mother, Princess. Hildur, the leader of the witches. That is impossible. Mother was not a witch. We go through this every time, don't we? But she was, the strongest of us all. When she died, she kept some of her power sealed within the crystal, which is why it still allows the fairy tale curse to be spread. What kind of a lie is this? I cannot use magic, and Mother never told me she was a witch. She would have told me. It sounds like it, doesn't it? But I assure you, Princess, we wouldn't ever lie to you about something like this. As impossible as it seems, you are a witch. My mom was evil, but those dreams painted her in such a bright light. I know, my mom was so cool. That your power won't manifest until you're 18, and at that time you'll inherit control of the crystal. Since your birthday is soon, this was the last chance we had to teach you goodness. Your mother's been shielding you from it for so long. We trusted you were different from her, and you are. But Mother was the only one that ever loved me. She stole away your memories and made you hate the world. Delora, she was fostering hatred in you, making you just like her. You do not know anything about Mother. I stand up, rage coiling up inside of me like a snake. Dana, I know a lot about her. More than you'll ever know. No. The truth is hard, Princess, but eventually we all have to face it. Hildur was my beloved friend. Facing her was the hardest thing I have ever done. We only want to help you. Well, you're not very good at it. I turn on my heels and storm out of the room. I feel that there was more to what Delora and Parfait wanted to say to me, but I cannot stand to hear it right now. Because they suck. I walked into the clearing and sit against a tree, furiously rubbing at my eyes as I try to clear my dangerously watery eyes. I thought I read that wrong, but I didn't. Showing emotion is weak. I sit there for a long time in the clearing trying to calm myself. My thoughts spin wildly out of control. Princess? Oh my god, hi! How did you find me out here? Who's stalking who now? I see him out of the corner of my eyes, standing between two trees, his eyebrows knit together with worry. What, you were listening? Listening? No, I just came to look for you in your room, and when I came downstairs, Parfait told me you had run out into the forest, because that seems like a safe plan. Shit. May I sit next to you? I say nothing as he walks over to me. He sits down beside me, his hands resting on his knees as he looks up at the canopies of trees. Thank you for today, Princess, for coming after me and trying to make things right. I am not in the mood to talk about this right now. My thoughts are too scrambled. Sometimes, truths are hard. How do you know it was the truth? A feeling. Trusting people is hard sometimes. Emotions are for wimps. I agree. I understand. He looks at me and his eyes seem to glimmer softly in the moonlight. Would you like someone to listen to your problems? No. Obviously. I don't want anyone to listen to my problems. I don't need that. But I'm sure the game wants me to talk to him. Because that would be the right thing to do. Fine. Is it time though? Like, this is a sliding scale, right? We can't just like jump into it. We gotta think about how she's progressing as a character. That should make us think of the right it's gonna be to talk to him, I'm sure. We're trying to develop a relationship here. I rub my eyes as Rumple looks at me with a quiet smile. He could be talking about his own problems, but instead he's trying to comfort me. Parfait and Delora told me about something they were keeping hidden from me. They told me something about Mother. And it does not make any sense to me because everything that they're saying makes her a villain. And obviously, given my dream, she's not a villain. She's the best person ever. Even villains are often misunderstood or have trying circumstances. Rumple slowly reaches out to rest his hand on top of mine. Don't touch me. I sit up straight and stare at him, my eyes wide. Rumple smiles at me, a slow, soft smile that crinkles the edges of his eyes. Seeing such a beautiful lady close to tears makes my heart break, you know. Is this right? This seems pretty long. If it's actually don't talk to him, I'm gonna be surprised and kind of pleased. If ever need to... So it's wrong? Aw, hell yeah! That makes me happy, because honestly, if it was me in this situation, I absolutely would not talk about it. As my probable actual real-life boyfriend can attest, I don't talk about my problems. I don't know if he's here listening to this. Oh, he is here? I'm sorry, babe. You can confirm or deny if you want, or don't. Good, my problems. Why would you want to know about my problems? I understand what it's like, Princess, to have a secret stuck inside of you. I don't know why I thought that was so funny. To want to keep things to yourself because you're worried that someone will prove you wrong. You can always talk to me about it. Why are you so interested in my problems? Oh my god, I'm actually really happy that that's the right answer, because honestly I did think, that was why I said that before, about I wanted to think about her development as a character and whether it'd be too soon for her to start talking to people, and my gut said yes, but the fact that this is a dating sim said no. And I feel like this game has done that a lot, which is something that I really like. It does take things like character development and like that kind of stuff into account. Like, the correct choice isn't always the one for the relationship, it's the one for the character. And by that I mean Diana, not necessarily the person that I'm trying to date. And I actually really enjoy that. So that's something that I can definitely say is a positive about this game for me. I told you before that the best thing you can do is listen to a person. That's how you learn to sympathize. Besides, I honestly care about you. I will always listen to you, princess. Rumple slowly reaches out to rest his hand on top of mine. Okay, we saw this already. There we go. Close to tears makes my heart break, you know? If you ever need to cry, you should. Tears aren't weakness. They're just a form of expression, and even the strongest of us cry. It's not just an appeal fest. Yeah, I think that might be why I'm enjoying this game so much. It's because it's not just, you know, do everything that you think the boy's gonna like. It's actually telling a story, and that's really cool to me. I am not going to cry. My mind reels and then starts to feel fuzzy, and then I pass out. Definitely the Ice Princess. The title startles me out of my thoughts. I stare at him pointedly, beginning to grimace, but Rumple just smiles. I always thought it was a delicate name, suitable for a strong and beautiful woman. Seeing you like this, it makes me realize the name suits you. Cool, thanks. Perhaps if everyone else meant it that way, it would not be so terrible a title. Rumple slowly takes his hand away and smiles. That though he insists on hearing me out, I insist on the opposite. For now, I want to keep what I discussed with Parfait and Delora to myself. I still need time to process it. This feels more organic. I like it. For tonight, I just want to forget that the conversation ever happened. For some time, the two of us are silent. There are no words exchanged between the two of us, but the silence is comfortable. Then eventually, Rumple puts a hand on my shoulder. Things will work out, princess. I hope so. I stand and excuse myself. Good night, Rumple. I turn and walk away. Good night, my sweet princess. See, maybe that's why I'm gonna be okay with this route, because I feel like I'm making good choices for me as a character, and that's cool for me. Like, I still don't love him, obviously. Like, he's not gonna be my favorite, but I'm okay with it because I feel like the choices are interesting for the character. And when I say the character, I mean me, because I should just start calling her Diana, but it feels weird. And you, my little sunflower, are just as radiant as always, and we're back to this shit again. Get out of here. Slap him. She doesn't even look anything like a sunflower. She's got green hair. Oh my, Rumple. If she was wearing like a yellow dress or something, I'd say maybe. You could've gotten in the... She's got huge boobs. Are you seeing that? It's not just me, right? Like, I feel like she has bigger boobs than the other females with no eyes that we've seen. Rumple's good for the princess's growth. Yeah, that seems true so far. Because I think it is really, like, she is going at her own pace here, which makes me happy. Then again, I don't really... I feel like Karma was okay for the princess's growth, too, but I don't really remember. That's the problem with doing these so far apart. I don't really remember the last ones. But anyways, boobs. It's like that whole thing with Bria never happened. He's back to flattering every woman that he meets. Her eyes are wait. She doesn't have any eyes. Overthinking again, princess. I turn to see, can we get the big boobed woman back? Karma grinning at me from where he sits at a table. Surprisingly, he's sitting with Jurian and Garland today, who are arguing about some kind of knight's stance. I don't care about them. They're boring. It's none of your business. No, it's not, but you have such a sad look on your face, I had to ask. I'd appreciate you not staring at my face, weirdo. I don't need to stare to see that you're in distress. Alright, that's a quote for the book. That was a good one, Mac. I really like that one. That got me. Yeah, Karma's also closer to age with the princess, who's good for her in a different sense. Yeah, that's true. Rod is just, who knows? I don't even know what to call Rod. I turn on my heels and begin to walk away, irritated. Even when I'm among other people, it's impossible to forget the conversation I had with Parfait and Delora. It hovers at the back of my mind constantly. We've not spoken again since then, yet even now, Rod was something. I'm still taking in what they told me before. My mother, the Tenebrarum bearer, and me, a witch. Ew. The reason others always feared me is because of my blood. I suppress a sigh as I attempt to return to my work. Where's my girl and niece? I miss her. As the days go by, I notice myself becoming more and more agitated. Half of it is the recent history lesson, and the other half is Rumple's flirting with other women. That's true. In Rod's Brood, the princess's growth was more attached to Emmeline than Rod. I feel like that's definitely true, and I do remember liking them a lot as well. Yes, I am very excited to get to Fritz. We save him for next time. How can he just snap his fingers and get over Bria so quickly? Yeah, that's why we're upset. If he flatters every woman, does that mean he does not really mean the things that he says to me? We went over this already. Emmeline is best girl. I agree. I gather the plates. Oh, well, but Anise, though. I gather the plates off the counter, put them on a tray, and take them to customers. That is her name, right? The cute barmaid. It's Anise, I think. I always forget her name. Today, everything feels mechanical. For the last few days, I have been noticing that I walk more stiffly, and that if I walk too quickly, my vision blurs. Well, that seems like not good. Probably because of my overthinking. I stumble as I bring a tray to a familiar customer. The man looks up at me and asks if I'm okay, and I murmur that I am before walking off. Aw, man, we're gonna get sick, and we're gonna need him to take care of us. That's where this is going. The blurriness comes back, and then I freaking pass out in the middle of the floor, probably. What is wrong with me? I look over at Rumple, who's at a table with two girls, because the shift is over, because of course it is. Rather than boil over on the inside, I feel myself getting warmer on the outside. Oh, I'm gonna die. My skin feels clammy. I'm getting full sick. I have to force myself to we just die on the floor. Yeah, right here. Right here in the middle of the floor. Looks like a good spot to die. As I get the next round of orders, my last order for the day is for one of the girls at Rumple's table. Oh great, I'm gonna spill all of their drinks on them on accident because I'm gonna pass out and die. I don't want to go over there. I start carrying the tray towards the table, biting down on my lip as the sway comes back into my step. As I draw closer, I notice Rumple and the girls laughing about something. I grit my teeth and pause in front of them to lay down the tray. She's gotten debuffed and she's losing health, yeah? This isn't mine, it's my friend's. Yes, I was the one who ordered the soup, obviously. The two stare at me. Instead of handing the soup off, they wait for me to move the bowl because they're rude. Before I can reach over and move it, Rumple slides it over to the other girl himself. For a few moments, there's a fragment of a scowl on his face. Then pass it over. You're right there. I know, come on. How are you doing today, my sweet princess? You know, honestly, feel like death. Carry on. I'm fine. When I think about speaking, the words catch feebly in my throat, and then I just vomit all over the table. I turn to walk off, and then I die. Princess? Still as cold as ice. The title, Ice Princess, definitely suits her. How can you dote on her, Rumple? Yeah, okay. I feel like I asked this last time. Last stream. So everyone who can see this place and comes in here is cursed, right? So like, what's the deal with these ladies? I gotta know. What are their curses? Or do you have to know about it from some other source? Oh, they're witches? I guess witches would also know about it, huh? So, this is the bitch that gave me the info, though. She definitely has an ulterior motive. Despite the numbness of my mind, I still feel angry. I turn around so quickly that I make myself stumble, and then I die. I feel myself teetering on the edge of falling, but something stops me. Warm hands reach out to grab mine before I can fall. Through my dizziness, I can see Rumple standing in front of me. How did he get over here so fast? I thought I walked away. No one expects woman B. Princess, look at me. Oh, hi. Hello. That's true. Witches do come here to eat. So maybe they're witches. In which case, they should be nicer to me. He puts a hand under my chin and angles my head so that I can see him better. The expression on his face is suddenly serious. He looks at me for a few moments before he places a hand on my forehead. Princess, you have a fever. A really high fever, actually. You should go back to your room and rest. I'll drop by with some medication in a few minutes after I say goodbye to these ladies because that is far more important than your health and well-being. Let me die in peace. I am fine. My voice comes out hoarse. Trying to clear my throat only makes me feel more miserable. The disco fever. Princess, you're not fine. You look like you're about to collapse, which is why I will allow you to walk up to your room unattended and hope that I don't find you, dead on the floor outside your room. I will not collapse. I'm stronger than that. Mother taught me how to be strong. Mother? My thoughts become scrambled. Once again, my mind wanders, but this time I cannot keep myself steady as I try to walk away, and then I hit my head on the counter. Putting one foot in front of the other proves to be too difficult, and I once again feel myself to start to stumble. Okay, but seriously though, have you guys had a fever so high that you're dizzy and can't walk? Because I have, and it's actually terrifying. Then I feel warmth, this time arms instead of hands. Sweet little princess, what am I going to do with you? Oh, hi! Before I can understand what's happening, I'm lifted off my feet. Feel an arm supporting my back and another supporting me beneath the crook of my knees. Warmth. Such a nice warmth. Really are stubborn, aren't you, Princess Diana? Guess I'll just have to carry you up. Nah! Jeez, you're small. Or he's big. Oh, absolutely not. I am not letting this happen. Okay, so this one I'm saving, because this is going to be our bad ending, so I'm going to start saving here instead. Okay, but honestly, if I struggle, I'm probably gonna, like, hurt myself. What happened from your second dose of the vaccine? I got a fever from that, but it wasn't that bad. But when I was a kid, I got a really bad one. And I tried to get up in the middle of the night to get water. And I slept in the same room as one of my sisters and in a 4-poster bed at the time. And I got up, made it 2 steps, and fully ran into the end post of my 4-poster bed and fell down, and my sister like woke up and started freaking out. I probably was like 10. Yeah, I did get a fever, but it wasn't that bad. Like, it was the worst fever I've had in that I could remember for a long time, but it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I don't know if I have the strength to struggle. I should probably struggle, right? Can't give him what he wants. I feel like that's the theme of this route. YOLO, I'm gonna do it. Just because I kind of want to see what's happening. I just want to see what'll happen. I cannot just let him carry me up like this. Attempt to move away from him, my whole body is weak. It's all I can do to try to roll out of his arms. But even that doesn't work. If you fall, you'll get a bump on your head, you know. Ugh, whatever. I'm not weak. I do not need anyone taking care of me. There are voices and indistinct chattering behind him that belongs to the girls. I probably feel like that was wrong, right? I'm gonna keep going until someone tells me otherwise. Rumple speaks in a low voice. Stubborn she may be, but my sweet princess is stronger than any other woman I've ever known. He pulls me closer to him and I feel his chest at my head, then his heartbeat. Ah, Westford! Westford's rating, look at this cute picture that we're on. Thank you so much for the raid! I hope your stream was great. Let me loosen up that toilet. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what that means. That sounds terrifying and full of problems on a lot of levels. Thank you so much for rating me. What were you playing tonight? I hope it was good. We're dying, by the way, yeah. Okay, did anyone actually tell me if this choice is right? I'm gonna keep going until you tell me to fix it. I know you're strong, princess. Stronger than anyone else, even. Ooh, A Way Out. I've seen a lot of that game, but I've never actually played it. I hope it went well. I mean, clearly it did, if that's the worst thing that you have to say. But because you're so strong, I know you'll never admit to needing help. That's what— oh, nailed it! Struggle! Always the answer. Woohoo! That's why I'm gonna help you without your permission. I'm sorry. Slowly, I let myself settle in his arms. That's what I would actually do, so. Finally, I feel good knowing that I picked the answer that I would pick. I mean, I guess I've been doing that a lot this stream, actually. This stream's been good. Last stream, I got all of them wrong. But now I'm starting to get into the rhythm, I think. I lean my head into his chest and listen to his heartbeat. It's a gentle, sweet sound that makes me feel like drifting into slumber. So warm. But not as warm as you are right now, princess, because you have a fever and you're gonna die. But if you struggle, you take recoil damage. I know, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna kill myself with recoil damage. His voice slowly begins to fade out as I close my eyes. For the time being, I stop caring about everything else around me. I forget about Mother, about my talk with the Lord Parfait, about the crystals, the marchand, and I focus on Rumple. Is it so selfish to want to be the only person held like this by him, even when he was engaged to someone before? Slumber slowly reaches up to claim me, darkness intermingling with warmth. In that last moment, I think I see Rumpel smile at me. Aw, so romantic. Oh, wait, we gotta go back to talking about how my mom's a bitch. Mother, I have to tell you about the fairy tale that the children read to me today. Diana, what did I tell you about the fairy tales? But there was a princess just like me. She found her prince charming, and fairy tales are not real. But they make really good stories, Mother. They are false stories. Do you really think it would be so easy to live happily ever after? No, but fairy tales make things black and white. Real life is full of grays. Okay, listen, this isn't that bad. Black and white? Good and evil. No one is totally evil and no one is totally good. Even princes are not completely just. Okay, this is probably the best lesson that my mom has given me so far. So princes and princesses can be bad? Diana, everyone has darkness to them. The princes that throw themselves into danger are not selfless. They seek wealth, fame, or power. You see, fairy tales are lies because no one is so selfless and so full of love. People are two-faced. Okay, well, I don't know if I would have gone that far. That was a little farther than I was ready to go, but trust no one. Yes, Mother. No one will love. Okay, never mind. We're back to the rock bottom lesson part. No one will love you like I do. To find pure love like that is impossible. And then I never found a boyfriend. I slowly blink my eyes open. For a few moments the room is blurry and there's nothing but vivid colors before my eyes. My eyes feel heavy, my throat scratchy. I stifle a cough as I blink back tears, and then through the tears I notice a slight motion. Rumpel? Rumpel slumped in a chair in front of my bed, his head lolled to the side, his eyes closed. He murmurs something in his sleep and then shifts. The world is full of colors. Looking at it with just grays, blacks, and whites is just boring. I agree. I mean, it's a metaphor, but yes, I agree. What's he doing here? It's not like I was sick and he was giving me doctor treatment. That would be stupid. I noticed a notebook on his lap. And what is that journal? I slowly slide my hand out from underneath the covers and reach across the bed. Right as my fingers are about to brush the cover, Rumpel's hand suddenly falls on mine. Wow, he's gonna know now and I'm gonna look like the asshole. Ah, shit. Looks like you're feeling better. He pulls his hand away along with the book before carefully setting my hand back down on the covers. At least you look better, but how do you feel? Better? Rumpel looks tired, but his smile is still there. Oh, I won't believe it until I see it. You just said I looked better. That's my own analysis, but you, my sweet princess, don't sound very convinced. My throat's a little sore, and I think if I stood up, I would fall over. Oh shit! Why do you look so surprised? You would usually never admit to such a thing, would you? You're still most definitely sick. Ah, hi. You get so close to me all the time that it makes me feel uncomfortable. Rumpel leans forward to put a hand on my forehead. His hand is cool on my hot skin. Our eyes lock as he tests my temperature. After a few moments, he finally peels his eyes away from me and sits back in his chair. Your temperature is down, but you definitely need the rest, princess. You should go back to sleep. And what, will you just sit there and watch me like a creep? The words come out curter than I meant them to, and for a few moments Rumpel looks surprised. Then he laughs. You know, his eyes are kind of pretty. Yeah. Princess, I haven't just been staring at you. I've been writing in my journal, too. The first thing we see when we get up is Rumpel's smile. After dying, man, this is the worst day. Aw, Mag, you're so mean to him. You're not wrong. But you know, you have such a scary look on your face. Not that it isn't enticing. Ah, gross. But I think your smiles are much better. I sigh as I close my eyes for a few moments. I would slap him, but I'm sick and also dying. I fight to put my scrambled thoughts together, but one thought in particular keeps resurfacing. For some reason I cannot help but remember the snide women standing by Rumpel's side jeering at me earlier because... rude. I open my eyes and look at Rumpel. Stop talking to them, they're mean to me and I don't like them. Those women from earlier. Oh, right, I apologize for their impoliteness. The things they said to you were uncalled for, and I told them that. You flirt with women like that all the time, but why? They're not even good people. Not good people, but... oh well, I suppose they act differently when you're there. Princess Diana, you're blind to their jealousy, aren't you? Oh, I meant smug smile. Oh, I got you. I got you. You're still correct. They're jealous of me? Why? My mind turns over what they could possibly be jealous about as my eyes fall on Rumple. I remember the way he defended me to the women. Is it because you're my partner? It's a lot more than that, you dumb bitch. It's your grace, the noble way you carry yourself. Never mind, that wasn't what I thought you were gonna say. They would never think I have those qualities. But where else would their jealousy stem from? You dumb bitch. Never mind, both of you are stupid. They're just jealous that I take your attention away from them. Okay, well, kind of, I guess. Princess, I think you're... Even if they were nice people, I do not see how you can flirt with them when you were just recently in love with someone else. Oh, shit. Normally, I would stop talking, but the words continue tumbling out of me. I do not understand how someone like you, who had a fiancé, could still be flirting with... I said flirting. Flirting with girls. How can you love someone if all you do is flirt with other girls? Flattery is one thing, but you cannot just flatter every girl. Why are you still smiling at me? I may not remember a lot of things, Princess, but I know for certain that whatever feelings I had for Bria vanished a long time ago. The good ones, at least. Rumple. The words break apart as I start coughing and remind him that I am in fact dying. Don't rile yourself up over this, Oh, I thought that was gonna say Princess. Please rest. Kinda close. I slowly lean back into my pillows with my eyes half closed. Why do I even care about what Rumple does? Why does it bother me that he flirts with other girls? That's his business. Rumple pulls the covers closer to my chin and smiles. Just because I flatter other women, that doesn't mean that I can't love someone. You always say some woman has stolen your heart, but your heart cannot belong to everyone. Hang on, I gotta move again. Yeah, you told me you always speak the truth. Maybe that in itself is a little white lie to some harmless dramatics. But most girls know that I'm being dramatic, Princess. They don't take my words so seriously, even if I do mean my compliments. He stares at me for a few moments, thoughtful. Does it bother you so much that I compliment other girls? No! Of course not! Woo! Ah! I accidentally clicked the right mouse button. Though it will be difficult to hold my tongue. I will do it for you, Princess, so don't worry. Why would he do something like that for me? That's so weird. My eyes are suddenly so heavy I have no choice but to close them as I let out a deep sigh. My head's beginning to hurt again. Behind my closed eyelids, I can hear a soft shuffle as Rumple moves in his chair. Right before I fall back into the darkness of sleep, I feel something warm and soft on my forehead. Stuttering, the sure sign of a lie. Rumple? Good night kiss. He kissed me! I did not give my consent! His words are quiet, and I can only just barely make them out. I cannot think on them because the pull of sleep is much too tempting. Aw, man. Give me a kiss. Takes a while, but after several days, Rumple finally allows me to go back to work. Kiss where? Probably forehead. I think that was what it said, right? I cannot remember much of what happened when he was watching over me, especially that first day. I'm thinking forehead. It's all a little bit of a blur now, like it was all just a dream. Oh, my girl, Anish, she's here. Ah, Princess, back up on your feet. Yes, I'm fine now. Oh, what a relief. Last I saw you, you looked quite pale. Oh, yeah, she did say forehead. That's probably why I thought it was forehead. Obviously, I'm literally reading everything out loud, so you'd think I'd remember, but I have the attention span of a goldfish. When? I dropped in to check on you in your room, but Rumple was there. He told me he had everything under control. Why did you need to check on me? That's weird. Because I was worried, of course. Maybe you've been working too hard. No, I'm fine. Just tell me what things need to be done. You sure you're okay? She's fine, Anise. I didn't ask you. Dolores suddenly appears before me, smirking. The princess is sturdy and a little too stubborn to let a little sickness get her down. I've not spoken with Delora or Parfait since that night where they decided to tell me about Mother. Just thinking about what they told me. It puts me on edge. Oh, Princess, why the sour expression? Allow me to calm you down with a little lullaby. Excuse me? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Ugh. How I wonder what you are. Anise, give me those work orders now. Up above the world so high. Anise! Oh, the table on the west are yours, Diana. Quickly walk away from the bar and catch only the last little bit of Dolores singing. Like a diamond in the sky. I'm sick again, bye! She sang that the night I was cursed. Hearing her sing it again is infuriating. The song slowly fades from my mind as I go about my work for the day. I'm still a little shaky on my feet, but not so much that I need to go back to bed. As I'm walking around the bar, I catch snatches of conversation as I serve food. I hear the king's been mediating arguments between his two advisors. That Mithras man? He reminds me of a snake, always smiling that slithery smile of his. That one in Alcester. Apparently there's been no end to their squabbles. Oh wow, they're actually like not working together this time. ASMR Dolores cares for you whilst you're ill. The king missed his monthly visit to the town yesterday, didn't he? Oh my god, Big Boob Woman is back. I wonder if he's sick. There's been no word from the palace, but I suppose he must have come down with something. Oh my god, what if me and my dad were sick at the same time? Nothing would keep the king from visiting otherwise. Unless he's dead. What's going on at the palace? Ah, you heard about the incident with the royal guard? Apparently lots of them have been getting dishonorably discharged. Man, things are going to shit up there and no one's doing anything. Found doing something to dishonor the king's name. Like what exactly? Not sure. That information's still under wraps. Wow, but no one cares? I'm walking forward, not watching where I'm going, when I collide with someone in my path. I feel a hand on my shoulder and then another lifts my chin. I was gonna say, of course it's you. If it isn't the lovely princess, you're looking a lot peachier today. Palace takeover? I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, it might be different from last time. It sounds like normally in the last two, the advisors were like kind of working together before one of them betrayed the other one. But this time it seems like they're fighting. They don't have a plan in concert, unless it's all a ruse, which it could be. Because you're not as pale, because the color's coming back to your skin. I'm still thinking of the king and the situation in the palace and barely hear Rumpel's words. It isn't until he leans closer to me and narrows his eyes that I realize he's so close. Back up. Personal space. Now Sleeping Beauty is truly awake, and here I was hoping I would have an excuse to plant a kiss on your lips, my sweet princess, slap him. Not a single reaction today. Not a slight blush, nor not slap. I mean, honestly, there'd be a slap if I had a choice. Not... Are you still sick? Must I perform another examination? A wink wink, nudge nudge? What kind of examination did you perform on me, sir? Examination? Yes, by looking closely at your face, into your eyes. How are you a doctor, Rumpel? Rumpel stares at me with surprise. I'm not sure where the question came from, but just as it was hovering in my mind. What, princess, you wound me. I've not seen you do anything different from a niece. My prescriptions. Even the people at the shops could tell us what medicines to buy. Oh man, we're getting a little sassy. Fine, I'll show you. Rumpel's expression slips into something shockingly solemn. He looks at me gravely and extends a hand. If you would be so kind as to come up to my room. Does going up to your room have anything to do with work? Delora appears before me again, this time without the snide smile. She raises an eyebrow. I don't think either of your shifts are over. Okay, way to cock block, Delora. She looks at me first. Also, I meant for the lullaby to inspire you, not scare you, princess. For a few moments she looks concerned, which startles me. Lullaby is certainly associated with a terrible memory, but the weight of that memory has dissipated over time, as has my anger at Delora. No, it's still there, but holding on to that anger does me no good. I sigh and shake my head. You have a terrible voice. Damn. Ah, there's the princess we all know and love. She crosses her arms. Anyway, you don't want me to sing you into action again, do you? No, not really. Come to my room later then, princess. I'll show you proof. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Proof? That I am a capable doctor. Oh, thank you, following. I appreciate that. Rumpel walks off, leaving me with Delora, who looks at me skeptically for a few moments. What kind of weird shit are you two into? Something on your mind, princess? You into some weird roleplay shit? There were so many conversations I heard earlier, so many questions that I have. Well, I do not want to speak to Delora because I hate her. I may as well ask her about something she might know. I overheard rumors about the palace. Did you now? We still haven't confirmed those rumors yet. Look, Princess, I know it's not in your nature to trust people, but trust Parfait and me at least. We'll let you know if something's up. I'm ushered back to work, where I spend the next few hours searching for more information. Unfortunately, everything I hear is just speculation. Good work today, Diana. Has Rumple already left? I think he went up to his room earlier, and he's waiting for you. Thank you. Anise looks at me, curious. What? You and Rumple have grown a lot closer, haven't you? Well, we are partners. But in the beginning, you didn't even want him as a partner. Look at that face. She's into it. And now the two of you are... friends? Ew. Friends? If Rumple considers me a friend, that should make me happy, but for some reason, it makes me feel empty inside. Why? What else could we be besides friends? Nothing. Ew. Gross. My cheeks feel warm as I try to think beyond the idea of just being friends with Rumple. I'm happy that the two of you get along. Anise, I need to go. I told him I would meet him for something tonight. Oh, okay. Sorry for holding you up. Anise scrambles off, leaving me by myself. I stand there for a few moments in an attempt to still my thoughts, and then I begin to make my way to Rumple's room. Rumple? Alright, everyone, are we ready? The door swings open, and there stands Rumple. With a dramatic bow, he ushers me inside before closing the door behind him. Just want to remind you that I'm a minor. I wasn't entirely certain you'd show up, Princess. Normally when you go places with me, it's out of necessity. I only came to see this proof you insisted upon earlier. I'm sorry. I'm 12. Proof that you are more than what you seem. He places a hand on my back and guides me over to a chair. He requests that I sit, and I do. Weird choice, but okay. Here it is, my proof. You tried to read it when you were sick, too. Oh, this isn't what I thought. It's just a book. Your journal? I've seen him write in this before, but I thought it was for his memories, not for doctor things. He barely even works on patients now. Rumple's persistence stokes my curiosity, and soon I find myself flipping through the pages of the book. This was the journal you had when the Martian found you on the streets. You said it was empty then. It was. I've been filling in things from my memory ever since I remembered my job. The book is filled with diagrams of the body, both inside and out. I have no idea what most of the words mean. What are all the smaller words here? Oh, parts of the pancreas. Not fun to talk about. There's the I don't even know. Papilla? I'm from California. The pancreatic duct? Why is it necessary to use such big words for such simple things? For clarification, sometimes when you diagnose a problem, it isn't as simple as telling a person that their heart is weak. I continue flipping through it, with Rumple sometimes explaining things that are on the page, though I do not ask for the descriptions because I don't care. Scattered throughout the journal are journal entries about his life. When I get to the last entry, I spot my name and begin to read, but before I can even get to the next word after my name, Rumple has taken the journal from my hands. Rude. Sorry, my sweet, but a man's words are sometimes all he has. Insult them and you break him from the inside out. He thinks I'm going to insult his writing? But what did you think? Aren't you impressed with my sophistication, my breadth of knowledge, my intricacy? You drew some pictures and wrote fancy words by them. Oh, I hurt his feelings. Princess. I cannot help the little laugh that escapes my lips. Immediately after I hear it, I feel myself flushing as Rumple grins at me triumphantly. Your laughs are sweeter than honey, Princess. And because your voice is back and you're no longer sick, I can hear it in all of its fullness. He takes a step closer to me and reaches out to touch my cheek. Ah! I flinch in surprise, but do not draw away. The rapid beating of my heart is not altogether uncomfortable, even if it does confuse me. He pulls his hand away from my cheek, then flicks my forehead. Ow. Rude. What was that for? I wanted to see the way your eyes glimmered. You look oddly vacant there for a few moments. I open my mouth to speak again, but Rumple surprises me by setting his finger on my lips. He inches closer to me, so close that I can feel his breath on my cheeks. Wait, there might be something happening here after all. But even when you don't speak, your eyes speak for you. You have beautiful eyes, you know. Oh, no. What do I do? Is it time? Do we, like, go all in? I know what I would do. I mean, I'm gonna go with my gut. There he goes again with his compliments. Should be used to them by now, but lately, whenever he compliments me, I would absolutely look away. Are you kidding me? I cannot stop myself from feeling flattered. Ew, gross. When I look into his eyes, I can almost— wait, I just said— didn't I pick look away? Oh, okay, never mind. I can almost see my reflection in them. Without realizing, I look away from him, feeling my breath stop short before I can breathe out. Are you sick, princess? You look a little flushed. Princess? Does not, however, step back. I'm still aware of his lips so close to mine and his eyes, which are still looking right at me. Oh, nailed it. Frickin' nailed it, guys. I'm killing it today. I don't remember the count from last time, but frickin' boost the correct answers by like, what, 5? This feels different than your usual resistance. Could it be that you're embarrassed? Oh, look at me blush. He clears his throat, then starts speaking again. In any case, it's so nice to have you back, princess. I missed you while you were sleeping day in and out. They're probably even by now, yeah. Did we see a reflection on his eyes or his glasses? Probably not. I don't think they'd go that far. He missed me? But you have friends all over the Marchen. Yes, but none of them are you. You're special. My heart plunges like a rock. I can feel it everywhere in my body, reverberating from a place that doesn't feel like my chest. Sorry. Okay. He lowers his face that the two of us are seeing eye to eye. I forgot to breathe as his hands go to my shoulders. Princess? His eyes are pretty, you're right. Yes, don't touch me. I inhale sharply as I get a better look at Rumple's face. Up until now, I've not stopped to look too closely at his features, but now I cannot stop my eyes from taking them in. Oh, she's into it. Whenever you're sick again, I'll be there to help you, because I'm a doctor, even if you might not believe it. All you'll ever really need is... oh, a little... I'm not even gonna read that. God, I would throw him out the window. I was getting kind of into it there. I thought that was kind of hot. And then this happened. And, you know, you just blew it. You blew it. Honestly. I was into it. I thought we were gonna have something here. I'm in your bedroom. Like, and then you pull that out. Thought it was hot, then bam, pun, ruined. Go home. Like, we can't, there's no coming back from this, right? In one precious moment, every single bit of energy that had been between us vanishes. I stare blankly at Rumple as he smiles at me. Yeah, that's right. That's me right now. That's my face. No? I thought that one was actually good, too. I kick him in the balls and leave the room. Rumple pulls his hands away, defeated. I suddenly feel strangely upset. What was I expecting from him? What else could he have said? Stupid pun. Suddenly I'm eager to look away from him. I look anywhere but at him, and eventually my eyes fall on a piece of paper. That's not an option. I know, I wish it was. Where's the choice of, like, kiss him, slap him, kick him in the balls? I recognize the name printed on the top, along with Rumple's signature and the response lying next to it. Rumple moves to stand in front of the desk once more. You're still writing to Berea? In that order. Well, I mean, those would be the options to, like, pick, and I would pick the last one. I sent her a letter asking for my old journals. I'm convinced that it's where the last of my memories are, but she refuses to give them to me, like a bitch. I glance at Brea's letter, my eyes scouring the words. I make a mental note of the address on the envelope. I'm gonna go break in. Probably. But don't worry, princess. I'll figure it out. But for now... He reaches for me, but I duck out of the way of his hand and leave. I leave so fast. I have to do this now while the address is still fresh in my head. Also, I hate you, and you are not getting any right now. I just remember there's something I need to do. But princess, I will see you tomorrow. Maybe. If I deem you worthy to speak to. I pause the doorway to glance at Rumple. I was getting kind of into this route for a minute there, and then that happened, and now I'm done. I'm out again. See you tomorrow, princess. Sweet dreams. Good night, Rumple. Jeez. You're lucky. You're lucky I didn't kill you. Done. I sealed the envelope over the letter I'd been writing since I woke up. That is not breaking into a building, and I'm disappointed. And now to have it delivered. What did I do? It's not like she's gonna listen to me. After I have the letter sent off with the messenger, I return to my work for the day. It starts first with Mr. Broom, then with serving. I look for Rumple, knowing that it's now his time off, and I'm surprised when I see him sitting not with other women, but with Karma. What was that about breaking into a building? Well, I thought I was gonna get to, like, break into a building to steal some shit, and now we're sending a letter saying that we'll be breaking in. I hope so. The two of them are laughing together. Oh, they're not fighting anymore. I guess that advice isn't too terrible. I give the best advice, darling. I'm a man of the heart. Perhaps not as much as I am, but I can give you credit where it's due. What are you two talking about? Oh, shit. Princess! Well, hello there, Princess. Karma's mischievous smile confuses me. Even Rumple looks surprisingly shaken. They were talking about me. You did not answer my question. We're talking about matters related to the heart. Of course you are. I took it upon myself to impart valuable advice to Rumple. You're giving Rumple advice, even though you two are always at each other's throats. Ha! Even the bitterest enemies can become beloved friends. All it takes is a shared interest. Oh, thank you so much for clipping that. I'm so happy. I have no idea what you're talking about. Before I can say anything else, I am swept up by Delora, who calls me back to work. The day goes on, and soon it's almost my break. I go to the front to see if the messenger has returned yet. Oh, Princess, there's a letter here for you. I did not expect a response, especially because it said I was going to break in. I open it up and stare down at the letter for a long time. Writing love letters to a secret lover, Princess? You wish. Ah, shit. Rumple peers behind me, his smile unusually small. He looks almost hesitant to be standing there. It's not important. I stuff the letter into my pocket and continue working. For the rest of the day, I ignore Rumple. I do not want him asking about this letter, just in case things do not go according to plan. Did I actually write a letter that says I'm going to break in? He's obviously disheartened by my ignoring him, and his sadness only persists in making me feel guilty. This is not something he can know about, otherwise he'll try and stop me. Okay, I'm either breaking in or I'm gonna go kill this bitch. Oh my god, am I actually gonna go break in? Almost everyone has gone to their rooms, including a very saddened Rumple. The only people remaining are Anise and myself. Earlier, Waltz came in insisting that he speak to Delora and Parfait, and so the three of them are all off talking in another room. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I soon find myself sweeping closer to the door. I edge it open quietly with my foot so that I can see what's happening inside. I didn't think he was still alive. This is very troubling. He must have used a glamour. But the fact that I didn't realize it was him, Is that the princess I spot peeping through the door? Oh, hi, how's it going? I try to hide, but I'm really bad at hiding, as we've established, but all the eyes in the room catch me before I can do so. Do you eavesdrop on people often, Diana? Run! I had no real reason to eavesdrop on them besides my own curiosity. It was just fun. It's no harm done, Delora. Diana, are you almost done with your chores? Get out! Ever since that conversation with Parfait and Delora, I've noticed that the words Parfait and I speak to each other are strained. Delora, however, is unchanged. Really rolling bad, those stealth checks, yeah. I don't think she has a very good stealth. I expect sarcasm from her now, but she does not deliver. She simply stands still and looks at me somberly. I am, and what are you all talking about? Hiding more things from me? We're talking about the rumors that have been going around about the palace. What have you heard? I have a right to know what's happening at the palace. We would tell you if we knew for certain, Princess. Walt sighs as he runs a hand through his hair. I know the timing doesn't seem right, but I really should show myself out. I have a show early morning tomorrow. Glanced around at all of us. Oops, I clicked out of the window. I'm going to excuse myself for the night. Good night, everyone. As he passes by me, he smiles. And to you too, Princess. Once again, everyone's being secretive. Why the sour face, Princess? Are you worried about what happens to the people in the palace you care nothing for? Delora! Wow, rude. Okay, that was uncalled for. But really, though, there is something I've been meaning to tell you. Since you're here now, I may as well say it. I knew you for 1 year before I cursed you. I saw what your mother had done to you, and I knew I needed to undo the damage before your birthday. Why is she talking about this now? I called you cruel and wicked, when really I knew that the way you were was caused by the way your mother brought you up. And when we talked about Hildur the other day, I was unfair in what I said to you. We all have to face reality, but... I know, are you not doing the same thing though? You're keeping secrets from Rumpel. I know. We're really not that much better. Delora pauses, looking surprisingly solemn. She sighs, then continues. I always knew you had some good in you. I saw it in you when you spoke to your dolls. You have a good heart. Aw, thanks. Many people enjoy flattery, Princess, and a lot of people are receptive to flirting, but nothing can measure up to a genuine compliment. This was genuine. Delora just complimented me. Aw, man. I don't know. I don't know if she's ready. Especially not from Delora. Like, she's still... I've said I'm mad at Delora, but not as mad as I was before. But still kind of mad. So, I'm still trying to figure out where she's at in her character development. I think because it gave me that flashback, it might want me to say thank you. Like, she realizes that this is a genuine compliment, and so I should say thank you, because that would be the nice thing to say. But I don't know if she's ready for that yet. Like, she still might be kind of a bitch inside, and she needs to say ... because she's not ready to accept a compliment. Especially not from Delora. That's where I'm at. That's the dilemma in my head right now. Do you think she's ready? Is she ready to say thank you? Someone can be nice and be a bitch at the same time. It's true. I'm gonna say thank you. I think that flashback made me think she might be ready. And of all people, I did not expect Delora to compliment me. Not when she makes a point of always telling me the blunt truth. Thank you. There's no shock on Parfait and Delora's faces when they smile at me. I'm beginning to think you and Delora are alike. You're both stubborn and have good in you, but you hide it behind sarcasm. Hey, Diana and I are nothing alike. I feel lighter somehow. I do not know if I've forgiven Delora just yet, but her cursing me has led me to see many things I would not have seen before. I owe her nothing, but I'm still happy, even if the truth hurts. This kind of seems like a transition. So I feel like maybe I was supposed to say ... Oh, that was nice, though. Also, Rumpel just called me a hoe. Or he called someone in this room a hoe. Keep going? Alright, cool. Thank you. What's this? My lovely little princess isn't here with you two? Ah, Rumpel, you're early tonight. Ah! Surprised to see me, beautiful? Rumpel's earlier anxiety is gone. He looks at me with unbridled enthusiasm. I heard the princess's thank you. Ah, he heard me. That's why I wanted me to say that. From a distance, the words are always most beautiful when leaving her mouth. I hate you. So you are also eavesdropping. You two are very alike. Not at all. Rumpel leans toward me and smiles. My dream is to one day hear those words from you two, because you say them as gentle as the wind. Ew. If you're here to talk to Parfait about medicine, then I am out. I know, that scene was really nice. I probably would have kept it, honestly. Diana, you should leave too. Well then, sleep well, beautiful maidens. Perfect. Alright, Delora, you want to help me break into a bitch's house? I quickly finish my chores and return to my room, where I lay on my bed contemplating tomorrow. Oh, we're not breaking into anyone's house. I cannot believe Bria wrote back to me. Tomorrow I'll meet with her, and hopefully she'll agree to give me his journals. Oh, I'm gonna die tomorrow. That's what's gonna happen. She's gonna kill me. I hope this works. For Rumpel's sake. Oh, good, I'm gonna die. I'm fully gonna die tomorrow. What does that say? I don't know what that word meant. I also couldn't tell if that middle letter was a B or a V. Okay, I'm gonna run a quick intermission. Because I am gonna go get another drink and also do some other things real fast, and then we'll come back for this last chapter, okay? Alright, I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Oh, is that Chevalier? I would assume. I never took French. For knight. I guess that makes sense. Anyways, today I'm outside by myself. I think if Parfait or Delora knew, they would do worse than scold me. I shuffle uncomfortably as I sit at the little cafe Bria told me to wait for her at. A part of me is already convinced that she won't come. She's gonna send like an assassin after me or so I'm gonna die today. Are we all ready to see my death? When I wrote her that letter asking for Rumple's journals and she responded so easily, I was a little suspicious, but this is really the only chance I have. The only chance you'll have at what? Oh shit, hi. Sorry. Bria appears in front of me, not looking altogether unpleased, but still not smiling. We died once, we could die again. Nothing. I do not like her, but I'll have to play nice if I want to get Rumple's journals back. Or, here's a new idea. We threaten her. In a variety of ways I can think of. Oh, so now she's eavesdropping. Well, I was talking to myself. Thank you for meeting me out here. Bria takes a seat in front of me, her expression still flat. You asked me in your letter why I was refusing to speak to Rumple, and then you told me you wanted to meet with me to find out why. You want the journals too, don't you? She reaches into a bag and pulls out a few journals that I assume are Rumple's. She brought them? What a fool! We stab her and run. They're in a convenient bag. We could just steal them. So she does have them. I know in your eyes. I must seem the... Oh wait, that's not a period, that's a comma. I know in your eyes I must seem the villain, but I'm not the only one at fault in this relationship. Years ago, when I met Rumple, he was as he is now. Flirtatious, charming, over the top, and yet his compliments still made my heart sore. His compliments may be shallow, but Rumple is far from it. I pined after him for years. He was learning medicine, and I was studying to take over my mother's sewing shop. In the first years that I knew him, Rumple always complimented my work, even though it was nothing special. He insisted we do trade-offs. When we started dating, he would offer me flowers and trinkets, and in exchange, I would sew him some article of clothing. I could see he's still wearing the scarf I made him. The scarf was from Bria? We fell in love. Rumple became a changed man, much more serious. He became a doctor, and I opened up a shop. We were supposed to have a fairy tale ending, but... Her expression falls again as she looks absently down at the table. We saw in each other ideals that didn't exist. Love can be shallow, or it can be deep. I felt our love was deep, but in truth, I only ever knew the very surface of Rumple. The surface? I saw his kindness, his charm, and his drive to do what was right. But then, as time went on, I also saw what that meant. The world is a place where only the strong survive. People are kind, but they will take advantage of those who are too caring. Oh shit. Those sound like Mother's words. Are you my mom? I shudder as I think about Mother's pessimism, the same kind that lies in me. Or the same kind of pessimism that lies in me. It is a realistic way of looking at the world, but it's also so dismal and cloudy that it's impossible to see any light within it. Rumple helped a lot of people. Many of them were wonderful people, and I was always happy to see him do so much. But then, he started putting other people above himself. And because we lived together, that meant me as well. Maybe it sounds petty to you, but no woman wants to live in poverty. I look at her skeptically. In the back of my mind, I remember the convenience of luxury of so much money. I then recall the feeling of living poor on the streets and flinch. We had a house, and we had a reputation, but Rumple refused money most of the time. He helped lots of poor people, but he also dried out our wallets. And whenever I brought it up to him, he would smile as if that could just get rid of all our problems. He made a name for himself as a doctor who helped the poor for minimal money, sometimes for free. And even when I told him we needed more money, he put other people first. He was so selfless that he became selfish. And I told him before that he should have accepted money, that he needed it. So selfless, he became selfish. I had to go behind his back and find payment. What I was making wasn't enough. So I went to find his patients and tried to ask for payment. I became almost like a beggar. Can you imagine my humiliation? Rumple put his patients before Bria. I was convinced he didn't love me, and my love dwindled for him. Our relationship became strained. Bria goes on to explain the events that happened between her and the nobleman. It was one of Rumpel's patients, and when she went to him to ask for the money he had originally offered, the two of them became intimate. Ooh. But it was short-lived, and when the nobleman left her behind, Bria had to deal with a soured reputation. I wanted to make it up to Rumpel. I thought I could salvage this relationship, maybe even start over, and teach him what was right, but that's not my place. She sighed deeply and then gestures to me. I share blame in all of this too, but so does Rumpel. That's why I've decided to let this all go. Whatever he does now, you'll have to deal with. Because you're his partner, right? Bria hands me the bag of journals. Oh, good, I don't have to steal them. Oh, shit. Don't look so surprised. You came here for these, not to listen to me. I thought on it last night, and I have no reason to keep them around, when they'll just continue making me bitter. I'll have to rely on myself for a while, but that's fine. Sometimes it's easier to keep to yourself than to trust others. She moves to stand up, but I surprise myself by reaching out to grab her hand. Ah, don't touch me! Bria, I don't need your pity. I mean, I don't know, your outfit looks pretty nice, so I thought the same thing. What? I still think the same thing. It's so much easier to close the world off, it's so much easier to trust no one but yourself, but it should also be a balance. That is what Rumpel has taught me. And I want to teach him how to have balance too. You? You're falling for his kindness the same way I did. You fell in love with him even though you told yourself he was shallow and unrealistic. Oh shit. My heart thumps once loudly in my chest. Love? Ew! I can read it right off your face. I know how it feels too. But don't get wrapped up in an ideal, little girl. That is my warning. If you can help him, actually help him, then you're meant to be together. But otherwise, trusting Rumpel might only break your heart. I'm not a little girl. I know how to be realistic. My words trail off as I look at her helplessly. Bria surprises me by speaking up quietly. Thank you for listening to me. She pulls her hand away and slowly smiles at me. It's the first honest smile I've seen on her face. I feel something warm at my chest, and then a bright light emanates from my necklace. That was a good deed? Listening? Ah. A good deed for listening to Bria? Or I glance down at the bag of journals, then down at my necklace. Or getting the journals back for him. I guess it could be either. I touch the pendant. The new piece brings a brief smile to my lips. I have 2 good deeds now. Only one more and I can break my curse. Or both. Magic. Is this another fairy tale curse? Yes. Your name was Diana, wasn't it? Rumpel talked about you fondly. I hope that the both of you break your curses. Good luck. It's something Rumpel said before, that listening to someone can be helpful. You're right, he did say that, didn't he? Bria walks away, leaving me by myself in the town square. My mind swirls with everything that she just told me. I still cannot bring myself to like Bria, but I feel more closure now. But now something new plagues my mind. How could I fall in love with someone like Rumpel? Ew. The more I say it, the more it becomes a certainty, but rather than fill me with joy, it only makes me more confused. I cannot think about this now. I turn on my heels to head back and bump promptly into a man. Oh my god! Oh my god, it's Varg! Guys! It's our favorite guy! Wait, this is Varg, right? Not Mithros? This is Varg. Because he has the cane. And the cravat, and the mask, the weird Akechi mask. This dude! He's here! Oh my god, it's so soon! It's Varg! I don't know why I latched onto him as my freaking favorite character. Probably just because he's so weird. Oh, sorry, madame. He smiles at me, then keeps walking. Bye, I guess. I stare after him, feeling slightly uncomfortable. Same. With the mask and the cloak, the man reminded me of a performer. I make my way back to the march-in. Don't care about that guy. With the bag of journals. Okay, bye. Still struggling to keep my mind from wandering. Every time I think about Rumpel being so close to me or his kindness toward me, I feel jittery inside. Despite everything that Bria said, I cannot stop these feelings. These feelings are annoying. Ugh, that's a mood. Yet even as I think that, I know it's not the full truth. Do I really... I hear the march's door opening and out steps Waltz. The minute he sees me, his eyes widen and he runs toward me. Princess, where were you? I was running an errand. I hold up the bag, but it does little to ease Waltz's frustration. We were all looking for you, and we got worried that the witches had found you. Rumple already went out into town. What? I'll go... Please, princess, stay inside. His expression softens somewhat until all I can see on his face is worry. I'll go get Rumple. My mood feels completely dashed as I enter the march into whispers, both relieved and disappointed. I'm sure some people were like, God, I hope she was gonna die out there. Surprisingly, I get away with just a lecture from Delore and Parfait. It seems that there's something else in their minds, something that most likely involves the rumors circulating around town. I feel like a note wouldn't have helped. They would have been mad anyways. It's that I went outside at all. Not that I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I wait downstairs for a long time for Rumple, but neither him nor Waltz appear. They're probably dead. Where are they? I retire to my room later as I wait for news. Waltz eventually returns saying that Rumple is still out because he had things he wanted to do, which is vague as hell. I have no idea what that means, but it unsettles me. Should I go find him? Oh my god. We were just yelled at for going outside, and now we might have to go outside again? I feel like he might be mad though, cause, oh, I don't know. I feel like it's not a good idea to go find him. Like, if he's gonna come back, he's gonna come here. And then, you know, it's gonna be fine, right? He'll be fine. I don't have to go look for him. I think. I don't know, no, I'm not sure of anything. Next, when have we ever followed the rules? Well, yes, I agree. I don't care. Let me be clear. I don't care about staying inside because they told me to stay inside. That I don't care about. What I care about is that, you know, in the movies when someone goes out to look for someone and then that person comes back to where they were before. Like, he's gonna come back, probably. I love the unsure sounding, I think. I've been on such a hot streak that I don't want to mess it up. Fine, we'll go. Mac, this is you. You say we should go. So I guess we're gonna go, right? Let's go. I stand and stop for a few moments to look at the bag of journals by my bed. Here I was looking forward to giving those journals to him. I guess I'll just die. Nah, too late, Mac, you convinced me. I made my way towards the door, turn the knob, and then walk outside. You convinced me, it's too late. Princess, oh, see, I told you he was gonna show up. Before I can even think about saying anything, I feel his warmth envelop me and I freeze. One of his hand moves to the small of my back where it remains as he smiles down at me. Okay, well, I mean, apparently this choice didn't freaking matter, because if I stayed, he would have come anyway. I caught you just in time, my feisty sweet. Did you plan on escaping into the dead of night again? What do you mean again? I went out in the middle of the day last time. Shit. Oh my god, you were right, Mac, you were right! Good job, good call. I probably honestly would have ended up on leaving too, but... because staying inside is boring. Who wants to do that? Have words abandoned you in the wake of my dramatic appearance? I hurriedly pry myself away with a little gasp. A few steps back, I can see him in full, and I notice the bouquet he carries. Oh, is that for me? I'd say that counts as half a win for me. Maybe chat gets one. I'm glad to see you back, Princess. I'm only sorry I couldn't make it back here any faster. I had a few errands of my own to run in town. Rumple holds out the bouquet with a glittering smile. Yeah, I get a point. Mac gets a point. Like buying these flowers for the girl that I really like, for instance. Well, you better go give them to her then. I stare down at the beautiful bouquet I made up of white lilies, but the appearance slowly leaves my mind as I think of what Rumple just said. He bought them for a girl he likes, not for me. Jesus Christ, girl! Come on! My heart feels as if it might be pierced through something sharp. Are you serious? My breath escapes my throat, but I cannot bring myself to inhale again. I was making a joke. I mean, we already talked about how he knows that you like lilies. I guess I get it. She's just dumb. Rumple looks at me in alarm. Diana, I nudge him out of the way and walk past him. You gotta literally spell it out for this bitch. She doesn't. I make my way into the reception area where I collapse onto one of the couches and sit, staring blankly at the walls. The feelings inside of me are too much all at once. I tell myself they do not make any sense and that the way I reacted to what Rumple said was pitiful. and yet I still cannot stop myself from feeling small. Wow, we're just gonna fade to black on that, huh? Oh, okay. I sink into the couch and close my eyes, willing away the sound of my rapidly beating heart and the tears stinging the edge of my eyes. I'm not weak. I will not cry. Mother told me. The thought of Mother makes the tears worse, and soon I am sinking even further into the couch, trying to hide my tear-stained face in my hands. This is not hot. Mother. Bria. I have the hiccups. They both said the same things. They both see the bad in people, and I too have seen the bad in them. When I was on the streets, no one on GL showed me kindness. People will never show you kindness unless there's something in it for them. They'll never... I feel sudden warmth as arms wrap around me. I recognize this sensation, the warmth, the comfort. It's also comforting, so soothing. I must be the worst person in the world. To make such a beautiful lady cry is a sin that I must atone for. I can see why some people didn't want us to come back. There's just no winning with this girl. I agree. My body stiffens, but I do not pull away. Mostly because I'm basically in a couch and there'd be nowhere to move. I listen to the sound of his heartbeat against my ear, and slowly but surely my crying dies away. My eyes are sore by the time I finally manage to still the tears. I feel drowsiness descend upon me like a blanket, but I will not fall asleep, because that's stupid. Slowly I pry myself from the arms holding me. Let go. Hello, my love. I messed up again, didn't I? Do not see the bouquet in his hands, but a journal. One of the journals I brought back for him from Bria. You're capable of a lot more good than I am, princess. Just look at this. He reaches out and touches my necklace. I glance down at it. Yes, I know, there's 2 parts. She reminds me of Francisca. Yeah, a little bit. You got my journals back for me. I saw them in your room. And I feel it, that this one, the most recently dated one, is the one that I need to unlock my final memory. I grasp the second incomplete glass slip around my neck and breathe out softly. Oh, so it is the second one. You guys are right. You remember way more about this than I do. Then this really is from retrieving Rumpel's journals for him. I got a good deed for finally doing something good for Rumpel, not for listening to that bitch. Would you allow me to read it with you? He reaches out and gently brushes a tear from my face. You did all this for me, and you barely know anything about me. That makes both of us. If you wouldn't mind, I want to read out this entry for you. Did you even read it first, bro? You should probably, like, check it. To make sure it's not, you know, sensitive. I nod even though I should be shaking my head, even though I should still be hurt. I cannot stay mad at Rumpel. On this night, I am a poor man. Everything that is precious to me has been stolen away by the witch. Rumpel's voice catches in his throat as he stares at the words. I look over his shoulder at the journal. Witch, was he already cursed when he wrote this? But I have no one to blame but myself. Bria told me before that I would suffer for my selflessness, and so now I find myself here. And now, because of that same selflessness, Bria is sick and I cannot save her. Oh, shit. There's only one thing left to do. I have wronged Bria in so many ways, and now I will give anything it takes to save her. No matter what price the witch asks, I will pay it. I only hope that Bria can forgive me before she leaves. I will write again when the witch has left. I swear that after today I will change for good. I will not ask the witch to perform any more miracles. Rumpel's finger goes to the page where he softly touches a single word. His eyes have the glazed look in them that they have before, and I can tell his memories are snapping back together. For tonight, good night, and may tomorrow be a better morning. Was his doctor skills all a lie? I don't think it was a lie, but I think the things that were incurable that he was curing, like the little boy and the nobleman, I think he got help from the witch, is what they're saying, and the witch charged something. Maybe. Or it definitely did in this case, because that was why he was cursed. I read the last word, a name and a signature. Rumpel reads it aloud slowly. What's his real name? Chevalier Dumont. Your name is Chevalier? Is that correct? Does anyone speak French? I think that IER sound is A, right? He looks up at me, his eyes forlorn, and then with a sadness, he speaks. That's right. Oh, look, it's his name now! It's so strange. It's just a different name. I don't, so I can't help. We're going with it, and yet it seems to change him completely. I remember everything now. I was given the Rumpelstiltskin curse because I sacrificed too much. First, it was the boy, the one we saw in the market. I struck a deal with a woman to save him. A witch. He mentioned striking a deal with a woman, but a witch? Yeah, no shit, guys. I don't have the ability to heal. None of us do, except for one particular witch who calls herself the Witch Doctor. I think it's pronounced like Cavalier. Yeah, I think so too. Oh wait. Cavalier. Isn't Cavalier like... Oh, so is it just Chevalier? Chevalier? Witch Doctor? Is something wrong? Am I gonna have to like freaking Google Translate this shit? That name just sounds familiar. His name is literally Knight. I honestly never bothered to look it up. Like, fair enough. The Witch Doctor? I'm just gonna say it however I feel. Oh, it's back to Rumple. We did not accept his true name. It's no wonder I recognized the name, but yes, it was her. She promised she could heal the boy, but for a price. I had to give her a family heirloom, my family's stethoscope. Next was a nobleman. I could not help him, and so he lay in bed dying. The witch visited again, and I gave her what she asked for. Isn't this like the Rumpelstiltskin story? Is it Chevalier? Chevalier? Maybe we'll go with that. What did you give her? Guys, I don't remember the Rumpelstiltskin story well enough. I only remember the end part. Wait, isn't this what the princess in the story does? Or like the dad? Because in the end, he gives the daughter... She had, like, he says that the daughter... Oh, no, it is the girl. The dad gives the daughter to somebody, and because he's like, she can weave straw into gold, like a dumbass. And then Rumpelstiltskin comes and offers to help her out in exchange for, like, various things. Like, first it was her ring, then it was, like, a necklace, and then... Oh, it was probably necklace first, because that would be the stethoscope, and then ring was the engagement ring, and then finally it was the firstborn child. Unless she could guess his name. I think. That's how it works out. If I remember right. I read a lot of Hans Christian Andersen stories as a kid, yeah? But I love fairy tales and myths and that shit. Like, I read a lot of that, but it's been ages. Yeah, that's it. Oh, how I said it? Chevalier? I'm gonna go with that. And I think that's what I said in answer to your yes. Bria found out. She told me she'd never forgive me, and then she chased the nobleman to ask for the money we desperately needed, and, well, you know the rest. He gave away the things that were precious to him, all to help those people. Then Bria got sick. I made one last deal with the witch because I was desperate to save her life. But it wasn't until after she healed Bria that she told me what she wanted. She wanted your memories. I don't remember what happened exactly. I think I panicked because I suddenly lost my memories. I ran out into alleys, bumped my head on something, fell unconscious, and then I woke up here in the tavern, and I had no idea who I was or how I'd gotten cursed. Chevalier's expression grows more somber. I deserved to be cursed after everything I'd done. I was so selfish. An idealist, maybe, but I hurt Bria because I refused to see reality. I still deserve to be cursed, actually. But why? Because I'm still selfish. Even having remembered everything that made me a bad person, I still desire something. Someone I shouldn't have. My heart plummets again as he looks at me. God, I hate her! I still want so badly to forge a future with someone I don't deserve, because what am I other than a poor doctor? I'm no knight in shining armor, and I'm no prince. He puts a hand on my cheek and leans closer to me. The distance between us closes in mere seconds. But still, I keep on dreaming, because His fingers gently caress my cheek, and suddenly I know. Oh my god, thank god, she figured it out. I know what he's going to say. Before he even says it, what? Ah, Jesus. I don't think I should say I love you yet. I think I should let him say it first, is what I think. I feel like saying it first it kind of freaking takes the wind out of his sails a little bit. After all, you're kind of a knight. I mean, your name literally means knight. Like, I don't know if she's ready to make that leap yet. She just freaking figured it out. Like, I'm gonna go with this, and if this is wrong, then fine, I lose my streak. I do. I love you. But I'm not gonna be able to read this name. I, like, stumble over it every time. Chevalier? Chevalier smiles at me as he puts his other hand on my back and pulls me closer. The smile's so genuine and so gentle. The same smile I've grown to love. Ah, we kiss! Should I have said I love you first? Damn it. I don't want to say I love you. Whatever words I've been meaning to say. Oh, see, it doesn't even matter. I don't know what that emote means. Does that emote mean I got it wrong? They smoochin'! Die in my throat as he leans forward and gently places his lips on mine. So, I like that it's keep going and so. Damn it, really? Oh, this is the first one so far that I don't agree with. I think I should have let him say it first. Fine, I'll say I love you, but I don't think I mean it yet. I don't think she knows what love is. Oh shit! But I'm not. Oh wow, that was fast, huh? Whether you're Rumple or Chevalier, you're the same person. You do not need... Watch someone walk in. You do not need to be a knight or a prince. He accepted me for who I was, and he still does. Mother told me that humans were untrustworthy, but... Chevalier smiles at me as he puts his other hand on my back. Yay! Kiss! What is love? She doesn't know. I don't know. Baby, don't hurt me. I feel more grounded than I've ever felt before, but I also feel like I'm flying. Oh, that's kind of cute. I set my hands on his chest and flex my fingers into his shirt. Oh, damn. Put some clothes on. I like it, Devil Kitty. Please continue doing it. He runs his fingers gently down my face and then down the length of my neck. Ooh, we're getting racy here. Kiss feels too short, and yet I'm still breathless when Damn it. I'm not going to be able to, like, not pause before his name. Chevalier. That's what we're going with. We're going with Chevalier. Pulls away from me, just enough so that I can see his eyes. I love you, my sweet princess. For your smile, for your laugh, for the way that you look out for other people. You're bold and feisty, and you remind me of a firework. You're beautiful, inside and out. The compliment warms my heart in a way that makes me feel like it might be melting. You're okay too, I guess. I remember when you were like that with Varg. I promise I will be again. He reaches behind him and holds out the bouquet from earlier. Where did he get that? These are for you. You like lilies, don't you? I take the bouquet from him and bring it to my nose. These have always been my favorite flower. How did you know? We had this conversation already. Even I remember that. Chevalier, I did it. But then I stopped, grins at me, and it's so similar to his previous smiles that I know he must not have changed. What? How would he have changed? The first time I gave you that white chocolate flower, your eyes lit up. I figured out that Chevalier was perceptive before, but the bouquet in my hands feels all the more meaningful now. Princess, I swear that I want to try and change. For you. You should do it for yourself, too. Aw, dang it, I did it again. Myself? You should spoil yourself more, too. You always give to others, but don't take for yourself. Now you know what you did, and you can change things. If Bria can, then so can I. Bria? I went and spoke to her when I was in town today, while I was getting the bouquet as a gift for you. We had a talk about moving on. I didn't understand it fully, and I don't think she did either, but we both agreed that we should. This is the rest of the route. Diana has a hard time saying Chevalier. Yes, I'm going to. So I'm going to change what I can, Princess. And I promise that I'm going to help you break your curse, just as you helped me break mine. I just have to say, like, Chevalier, like, 10 times in a row, and then I'll get used to it. Chevalier, 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 Chevalier. It's kind of hard to say. All the good things I've done are for you. That's true. But you've done a lot of other good things, too, even if they may not be big enough to count for your 3 good deeds. It just so happens that your curse is very picky. Good things. Even though I'm still curt and say more hurtful things than not. I fingered the necklace in my neck and thought, maybe Chevalier is right. Maybe I have changed, and it is a good change. Say it in front of the mirror and he'll come and flirt with you. Oh no! Say it. Don't say it. What is the Candyman one, like 3 times fast? Or Bloody Mary? I sit close to Chevalier as the night goes on. He tells me a little bit about his past, and I tell him about mine, which is something we probably should have done a while ago. About Mother and the palace. The night is not one for advice, just listening. And I remember what Chevalier told me once, that listening can be just as meaningful as advice. That listening to others can help you understand them. And he was right. Aw, man, I thought we were gonna be done. Princess, are you okay? Nope, I'm dying again. Spacing out. Oh, if it isn't the princess. Are those dark circles under your eyes from a romantic night out? Hmm? You were out with someone last night? No, they are from being woken up early by Delora to do chores. Delora grins at me from the other side of the bar, but says nothing as she goes back to a conversation with another boarder. She knows. Where did you find me? Huh? In my own bed or in someone else's? Darling, you're no fun at all. You must tell me what happened last night. Last night? Did you like the bouquet? How did you know about the bouquet? Why? Because it was my suggestion, you dumb bitch. When Chevalier was asking Karma for advice, it was about me? Look at the way she smiled, Anise. Last night must have gone well. I'm confused. What happened last night? I'm gonna go get Rumpel to give me all the juicy details when he comes downstairs. That is Chevalier to you. Chevalier appears behind Karma, smiling. He seems a lot calmer today than usual. He glances over at Karma at me, and we catch each other. Oh my god, we're being raided. We're being raided! Hello? Thank you for just spamming my emote. I love it. My god, the gossip. I was gonna raid you when we finished here. I thought that was gonna be the end. But, no, we're still going. Welcome. I hope your stream went well. Thank you so much for the raid. That one got quiet, too. You know what? Hold on. Real fast. Real fast. Where's the... How do I do this? Oh my god, and Blue Spider just subbed. It still seems really quiet now. Hang on, I'm gonna fix this really fast. I know I've already done this once this stream, but I'm gonna fix it again. That one was definitely louder. See, I was at like 40 last time, so I don't want to turn it up too loud again. Oh my god, wait, are many things happening? What's happening? Wait, I'm not looking at the chat, I'm just trying to fix... Okay, I've made it a little louder again. Maybe it's gonna be too loud next time again, but who knows. Oh, 36 months, thank you so much, and... Was that Blue Spider? Blue Spider, thank you so much for 13 months! I appreciate you so much. We're almost done for tonight, actually, but, to recap, this is our boyfriend. We just found out his real name. Don't ask, it's because of a curse. It's fine, he's fine now. And we just confessed our love for each other, and now we love each other, and it's only chapter 7. 8? Chapter 8? This is chapter 8, never mind. Chapter 8, we still have 2 chapters to go, so obviously things are gonna get dramatic. His name is, hang on, it's taking me a long time to get used to it. Chevalier, I think, is how you pronounce it. It means knight in French, and it was very romantic and stuff. Mac, do you still have the link to that clip from earlier? Because everyone should see that. That's, like, required viewing. I know, I'm not French either. I've never taken French. I don't know anything. Here, that's how it's spelled. If anyone actually knows how to pronounce, I think Mac confirmed for me. I think she Googled it, and it's Chevalier. We're going with that. I know. I was gonna say, isn't your name French? Chevalier's because of Dragon Age. Oh, yes, that's how you say it? Oh, thank you. Seeing his eyes reminds me of last night, which makes me inadvertently flush. Guys, the shit went down last night. Chevalier just winks at me. Chevalier, what is that? Something you say when a person sneezes? Damn. No, that's his name. Rumpel, that is. Chevalier broke his curse yesterday. There's stunned silence from everyone in the immediate area. Even Delora walks over to us. Maybe he wanted to announce that, Diana. Did you think about that? I know. I wish Twy was here for the French help. Hi, Mark. How are you? What's this about a broken curse? Was it you, Rumpel? I just said that. He's going by something that sounds like a fancy cake. Parfait seems to be busting with excitement. We have someone named Parfait, so don't be talking about fancy cakes. I'm doing well, thank you. Thanks for asking. I'm glad you're well, too. Though she's her usual calm self on the outside, I can tell by the bounce in her step, and by the way she raises her voice to make an announcement that she's proud. When everyone has learned that Chevalier... Damn it! I can't get through it! Chevalier has broken his curse. People come to the table offering drinks. Hell yeah, it's like 9 in the morning, but that's fine. Vitamin me. I think that's gonna be our raid message. And congratulations. Chevalier gets lost in the crowd, mostly of women, because of course. But much to my surprise, Chevalier does not flirt back with any of them because we are dating now, and that's polite. I kill him on sight. And then, in between our celebrations for Chevalier, the front door to the Marchant opens and Waltz rushes inside. Oh, is this gonna be the plot hook for next stream? Where are Delora and Lady Parfait? I need to speak to them immediately. Waltz, you're just in time. We're all... Something has happened at the palace. Oh no, it's gonna be a frickin' cliffhanger. The room goes quiet at Waltz's proclamation. A few people shift uneasily in their chairs. Some try to go back to conversation. Most people do not care what happens at the palace, but they can tell by the tone of Waltz's voice that it's bad. What's happened at the palace? An uprising. Oh my god, is this a coup? I mean, it's a coup every time. But the partying... What? A coup staged by witches. Witches have taken over the palace. The information is so sudden it makes me dizzy. I reach out to grab the table and my hand lands on the wood before I can slip. Witches have taken over the palace. An army of them. It's Varg. Guys, it's Varg. He's gonna be the mastermind this time. No, only a few. Jurian strides across the room, followed quickly by Garland. What's this about witches taking over? We have some of the best knights at the palace. There's no way witches could break in under the palace guard. Unless they had someone inside helping them. What? Alcester? No, Myth. Who are we talking about? You know him as Mithras. He uses a different name now. It's Myth. It's the first 4 letters of his actual name because we don't care about code names here. Sir Mithras, the king's advisor? He's a witch? Was that really his different name? It's just Myth? There's no way Mithras is a witch. We would have known. Glamour. He used a glamour. Everything Waltz says suddenly gets swallowed up in questions. It's not a good code name. Jurian and Garland ask question after question while others start surrounding Waltz to ask him what has happened to the king and his children. I try to step closer to listen, but I cannot hear over the frantic voices in the room. I thought it was a nickname, but it's not. It's his actual code name. Sir Mithras. I never trusted him, but I never thought he'd be a witch, even though he looks totally evil. The room only quiets down when Delora and Parfait come to punctuate the conversation with their own demands for everyone to give Waltz space. Wow, this chapter is long as hell! The Marchant boarders are all taken into the reception room. I'm sorry, hold on. Haven't I already made 3 choices in this chapter? Oh, no, I haven't. I saved down here. I haven't made 3 choices in this chapter. Never mind. Whoops. The Marchant boarders are all taken to the reception room where Walt stands at attention waiting to answer questions. He explains that he was looking into a rumor about Sir Mithras from only a few days ago when he found out about the witches' uprising. The Rumble to Chevalier glow up, though. I mean, yeah. He looks the same. It was a surprise attack orchestrated by Mithras, who let the witches in through a secret entrance to the palace. Alcester was killed during the uprising. Oh, shit. Many knights were injured and are currently being tended to in clinics and hospitals around the town. After his explanation, I feel even worse than I did in the main room. I stare at Waltz at a loss. What of Fritz? He's probably dead. This is one heck of a chapter. We start with a makeup and end with a coup. Rumple is a funny name, I agree. It's really hard moving from Rumple to Chevalier, though. Fritz? Sir Alcester's son? Fitzgerald? Honestly, one of the dumber names. I keep forgetting it's Fitzgerald. Sir Alcester's, you meant make out? Oh, okay. Well, I thought you meant make up because we talked to Bria and we made up there. So it still worked out. He was my personal knight, obviously. If Sir Alcester was killed during the uprising, where did that put Fritz? Was he working with Sir Alcester or with Sir Mithras? Did he escape? I'm sorry, Princess, I haven't heard anything about a knight named Fitzgerald. Sorry. Was he killed? Right, it was both. It was both. The thought makes my heart plummet. No, Fritz cannot possibly be dead. I have to believe that he's still alive. I feel Chevalier's hand on my shoulder briefly before it slides off. Are any of the king's knights remaining in the palace? If they are, they have been either forced to turn against the king or they've been killed. Or did he ever exist at all? I know, we haven't seen him at all since, like, the prologue. Is Mithras sitting on the throne? No, he usurped the king but hasn't taken the throne. Waltz turns to me and his expression softens. Princess, feel free to ask me whatever you want. I'm sorry I didn't answer all your questions earlier. I have so many questions, but I suppose I'll ask them one at a time. Do I only get to pick one? Is this our second choice? How many do I get to pick? Well, obviously, we should probably ask who's claimed the crown, right? I mean, this is the most important, like, plot question, but obviously this is the nice question. I'm gonna ask who's claimed the crown first, because I feel like it might lead us to Varg. Oh, this isn't involved? I can ask all of them? As of right now, no one. The king's been kicked off the throne, and Mithras has made a public announcement about usurping the throne, but he does not call himself king. Is he trying to win the throne over for someone? Probably me. Myth has no one left. He was obsessed with our teacher, but she's gone. Maybe he has different alliances now? Oh, do you know him? Maybe I should have asked these questions in order. Aw, he calls himself Queen. Parfait's eyes look distant as she stares dismally down at the ground. Oh no, okay, I do get to ask them. Okay, I'm gonna go in order. Maybe I should have done that. I'm not sure. From what I've heard, the king and his family, your family, are still alive. I never cared for any of my step-family. I hated them, actually. But hearing that they're okay is still a relief. Mithras may be keeping them prisoner for now. What's the glamour? Flora steps in to answer the question. A glamour is a high-level magic used to conceal one's identity, or it's a way to make your clothes look different than they do. It keeps even other witches from sensing you. Parfait cast the same magic on you shortly after you came to the tavern. It was to protect you from the evil witches. Ah, shit. It also hides the waking sands, too. A glamour can only be conjured by powerful witches. Wait, is there actually a glamour? That makes a lot of sense for something Michael asked me recently. It sounds as if this witch has been using glamour to hide himself from others. Gee, the choices. It was a long time ago, we both shared the same teacher. Teacher? Wait. Waltz, are you a witch? Yeah. He doesn't have any telltale diamonds on him, though. How was I supposed to tell? He smiles at me, but it's weak and doesn't reach his eyes. Myth was always very competitive, but I thought he had died at the end of the Great War, but he's been in this palace this whole time. Conspiracy theory, Fritz was just an imaginary boyfriend and everyone was just humoring us. I believe it. His earring? That's a cross, that's not a diamond. Have they been wearing crosses too? I didn't notice. I thought he had died at the end of the Great War, but he's- oh wait, I hear that. His disguise is so simple. I should have realized his name was so similar. Honestly, you really should have. But you couldn't have helped it. That's what the glamour does to you. Maybe if I wasn't cursed, if I had more of my magic, I would have been able to sense him. If my curse were broken, I would charge in right now and destroy him. Waltz's expression becomes so dark it sends a shiver through me. It isn't like Waltz to look so angry. We need to come up with a plan. Even if you weren't cursed, you would still not be able to defeat Mithras when he has other witches with him. Witches are trickier to handle. Hey, why is the princess talking to a pillar? Oh man, just let her be. Yeah, it's a cross. Not a diamond. Can't just be plunged through with a sword, eh? I agree with Karma. If all of us go in with swords and shields, we should be able to take the place back. This is what we've been practicing for. Practicing? Even witches will die if you stick a sword through their heart, won't they? But getting to a witch who knows you there is different. Who knows you're there is different. I must do something. I obviously should probably say I want to help. Because we should be a strong, independent woman. Right? I'm gonna go with it. Chevalier wraps his fingers around my wrist and frowns. Oh, don't be like this. I am a strong, independent woman. Princess. This whole time I've been living at the margin. The game. This is the point of no return. The player saves game. Oh, we've been doing that the whole time. I am the queen of cheating. I was spared the fate of the royal family by sheer coincidence because I was cursed. I cannot just sit here and do nothing while the kingdom falls to a witch. It fell to witches before, and there were dire consequences. I cannot continue to be passive. I will not let myself be like Mother. Princess, I am Diana Riella Breton, the crown princess of Angiel, and I will not stand by and watch while the kingdom is in turmoil. He has diamonds on his pants and boots. Oh, well, that's not fair. I haven't seen those. The room goes quiet at my statements. Chevalier's fingers loosen on my hand. I can see the ghost of a smile on his face that would underlies his sorrow. Spoken like a true princess. Which part grins? Whether or not you want to help, princess, you really can't. You won't be able to use magic until your 18th birthday. That's when you become the bearer. I don't let a silly little thing about I don't have magic stop me. I will find a way to use magic. The The conversation in the room continues for a long while. At some point, it's said that volunteers are needed for the hospitals and clinics for the injured soldiers. Chevalier immediately volunteers. Only afterwards does he look at me with regret. Princess, I'm sorry. For what? For putting my job before you, and after all I just said. He told me he was going to try his best to change. Bria called him selfless before for putting his work before her, but you would be a fool not to. Not at this point. I mean, it's an emergency situation. My life is not in any danger, and there are people who need you more than I do. Do what you think is best, Chevalier. Princess Diana, I promise you I will do whatever I can to help you as well. As the meeting disbands, I am left standing there in quiet. The last to leave is Walt, who promises me he'll make things right. I'm going to trust everyone, but I am also not going to stand idle. I will make things right somehow. As is my responsibility as Crown Princess. Yeah! And next time we're gonna break into the castle, probably. The witch puppet. Oh, that sounds bad. That sounds real bad. Well, we did it. Why are you healing injured soldiers rather than spending time with me? You're the worst. I know, right? I'm like, come on, man. Alright. Well, next time we're gonna finish Rumple's route, because we'll do chapter 9, and then we'll do the bad ending, and then we'll do the good ending. I'm excited. That's gonna be fun, right? Okay, let me see who's streaming. If anyone has any suggestions. I think Vitamin Me has to be the raid message, right? I feel like it kind of has to be. I was just so scandalized that he would do this. That's so cute, that little emote. Thanks for the stream. I see John, I see Liam, and I see Farron. So if anyone has any suggestions between those three or any other suggestions, totally let me know. Who do you guys want to raid? What do you think? Oh, my throat. After the streams, my throat hurts so much because of all the freaking reading I'm doing. I like them all. Let the die decide. Okay. What? How are we? There's no such thing as a D3. I guess I'll roll a D6. Hey Siri. Roll a D6.
Okay. 4.
Alright. Liam. Because I was gonna go 1 and 2 is John, 3 and 4 is Liam, 5 and 6 is Farron. So we will raid Liam tonight. Let me type in the raid message. Where's... My mic is in front of my keyboard and it's just a bad look. Vitamin Me. Yeah. Perfect. So I will send you over to Liam and then I will be back on Saturday, probably in the afternoon, my time, so early evening Eastern time, and Michael and I will play more Miitopia. Hooray. Sounds great. So I will, let me type in. So I hope you don't miss Miitopia because we're finally getting into the C team and it's gonna be great. Wait, let me make sure I spelled everything right because I am paranoid about that. Perfect, and I will see you then. Bye!